Hello everybody, welcome on back to March Mascot Madness here on youtube.com/Seannosaurus. My name is Sean. Today is day 4 of the Mascot Tournament. We have 8 games for you, as we always do. We're going to lead off with this Kentucky-Washington State game, as my vocals continue to struggle. Where is... Oh, I need the actual thing. Kentucky's going to take on Washington State. We have the New Mexico Lobos taking on California. UConn battles Missouri, Temple in Tennessee, Arkansas in Dayton, Syracuse versus Colorado, Miami is visiting Arizona, and last but not least, Utah State will visit South Carolina. It's the final day of the first round of the tournament. We will be halfway done, but only one round of the 9 or whatever it is will be taken care of. Before we jump into our first game, let's catch you up on the predictions and the standings there. I will tell you, the Beeb had a pretty brutal day. She is unfortunately in last place. She went 1-7 in her last chunk. Syracuse is her champion pick from this round, by the way. She is in 5th place with 11 points and 145 point score potential. I am next on the board, 4th place, tied with 16 points, or tied with Let's Go at 16 points. Let's see. Louisville, Kentucky. Kentucky is a Final Four pick for Let's Go. And then Syracuse is a Final Four pick for me. We have Murph Dog's picks just ahead of us in second at 17 points. They have Syracuse as a Final Four pick. And we have another Kentucky pick as well. So the first game, and I forget exactly when the Syracuse game is, but the Syracuse game and the Kentucky game are the 2 important games today. Spring is in the Air is in first place with 18 points. Kentucky, their Final Four. Or I guess you could say their regional champion from this portion of the tournament. Let's get this set over here. Let's get that set right there. Let's jump over here and head to... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to fix this bracket thing. I will do that really quickly. I have it all prepped. I just forgot to put it in because I need it to go to a specific transformation, which is, I think it's 481 by 720, 29. I think that's the right one. It is indeed. Perfect. Okay. We are set and ready to roll here in our first game of the day. The Washington State Cougars are 0-3. They have never won a tournament game. The Kentucky Wildcats are a tournament. The Kentucky Wildcats 7-2. I believe they are a champion. Let me pull up that really quickly. Where'd it go? Know your alphabet. They won the last tournament. That is why they are a champion. They went 6-0. So they were 1-2 previously and then 6-0. As of now. We'll throw a little poll in the chat as we go All-American 10 minutes from the press box. Lexington, Kentucky is where we are going. And we are underway. We'll throw up one here. Start a poll in the YouTube chat. Who wins? You got WSU or UK? And that's Kentucky, not the United Kingdom. Kentucky wins the tip and they are off and running here. Wildcats versus Cougars. Cougars, one of 12 winless teams entering the tournament. Kentucky, the other ones are Dayton and Miami. And that Syracuse Colorado game is big. That is the 6th game of the afternoon. Cougars get blocked, and they're going to go the other way. I would anticipate kind of a rout here by Kentucky. Washington State had the worst half of basketball we have ever seen in the tournament last season, or last year when we did this, and it was brutal. It was against the Syracuse Orange. They scored like 6 points in the first half. It was truly atrocious. Pop out this chat here just in case anyone pops up in Twitch. We're dual streaming Twitch and YouTube here. We're going to go here. Oh gosh, I've thrown all this off. We're going to go there. We're going to go here. We're going to go there. Just need a little bit more time to prep. He says like he doesn't have all day to do it. 4-0 Kentucky. They do miss the free throw. They went back. Or they made the free throws. I apologize. They missed the shot. They made both free throws. That's on me. And the Kentucky Wildcats steal the ball away. So the Cougars haven't even gotten a shot up yet, which is not good news if you're, maybe a Washington State Cougars fan, as that's jammed down the throat of the Cougars. 6-0. I mean, this is what the first round's gonna be. It's gonna provide some bad matchups. We did see a team. Oh, who was it? Somebody, I think, in the last tournament or the last part, jumped out to like an 8-0 lead, and then it was actually pretty close, or at least contested for a little bit. I just forget who that is. Cougars. Okay, well, they had the ball on their floor. They almost got a shot off, and then they turned the ball over. There's a nice steal by number 22. They got to try and turn this into some points here. They need to put up a shot that doesn't get rejected right back into their faces. Oh, they have him in the corner. That's a dangerous pass, as there was a Kentucky Wildcat right in the way. Sliced, diced, and it's blocked out of bounds. It'll stay Washington State ball. Cougars turned it over, and they turned it over again. They're throwing the ball in really bad spots. There was a guy open in the corner. We've seen that twice now. 2 Cougars open in the corner in separate occasions. They throw it to a player that has a defender between them. It's very odd. Kentucky working with a little bit more of the full court press. It's not Louisville good, but it is at least pestering these Cougars, who I, again, don't think have a shot up. They finally get one to go. It's 8-2. With how porous this Cougars offense has been, you'd think that it was about a 35-0 game at this point. No, just 8-2. There it is, the bounce pass inside. You know, not terrible. Not a terrible defensive rotation. The wrong guy went up for the ball, but the Cougars did see it pretty well. They're going to be aggressive up the floor, work it inside, and that's going to get blocked. Again, the Washington State Cougars have a wide open player that they just do not even try to go for. They get blocked, and it's going back Kentucky's way. Hopefully no one put the Cougars far out. This is the Cougars are kind of like the reason that, hey, we might need to look at some records and try and figure out a way where you're not putting the Cougars super far, because they are winless. I don't even think they won. I did one time, I did just like a tournament of losers, and I don't even know if they won anything there. Or maybe they got to the championship game, I forget. The championship game of the winless. (10-4), Kentucky up. 3.5 minutes or so gone. Gonna go for the 3. They'll pull it from deep, and it's off the back iron, no good. So far, 1-0 for team has won. So it's not impossible. It was just the worst performance you could have possibly had. No call against the Wildcats there. And we'll go back the other way. And a defensive foul. Kentucky keys it in quickly and pump fakes. Drives inside, underhand pass. Nice block on the inside. Cougars doing just enough on defense to make you kind of think that they might have a shot, and then they have just turnover after turnover on offense, and you go, ooh, maybe not. Nice move to free himself up. There's the shot for 3, and it's good. Kentucky's missed a couple wide open shots, but as soon as it's kind of contested, it's good to go. 13-4. Out of bounds. That is the first time they have been able to get it in off and out of bounds without turning the ball over. Blocked out of bounds again, so it'll stay Washington State ball. And almost out of bounds. The tip in, no good. 4 consecutive field goals missed. They are shooting 25% from the floor. That's a generous number. If you looked at successful possessions, that number is so low because they keep turning the ball over. They keep getting blocked. It is rough sailing out here for the Washington State Cougars. Bounce pass inside to the center, who knocks it down. 13-6, a touchdown deficit. a terrible kick to the corner, but it is a missed shot. And there's a 3 to push the lead out to 10. 3:55. Kentucky with not like a wildly dominating half on the scoreboard, but just contextually, I think is where you want to look at it. So nice shot up and good for the Cougars to cut the lead down to 8. 3:36 to go in the first half. Just a quick programming note: no Mascot Madness on Friday, as that is MLB The Show 26 release day, which I pre-ordered and have the download I think is ready to go. If the Cougars were more aggressive here, as we switch back to NCAA March Madness 2005, if the Cougars were more aggressive, they could try to get the ball up the floor, which they're actually doing not a terrible job of getting through. They're throwing the ball down the floor. It usually gives them an advantage on the back end, like up the court. But they're not making that extra pass to get it further up the floor into the paint to maybe get some easy shots to try and break this defense and maybe force Kentucky to change what they're doing. 18 to 10 after both free throws are made. Bounce pass is inside. It's a left-hand finish, up and good. Speaking of baseball, we have MLB 11 The Show tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We have 2 Game 5s as that's intercepted. The Yankees and the Mariners are going to Game 5. The Diamondbacks and the Phillies going to Game 5. We'll have both those for you tonight. We'll start the championship series tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That'll run through Wednesday, more than likely. Which means that the World Series will be Saturday in the afternoon. Probably around 4. We're going to go see the Ninja Turtles 2. I was going to do it early, but then it's just kind of like, well. We did watch, I think we watched 7 games yesterday and it took about 5 hours. Which wasn't terrible. And one of the games was an hour, so that's 6 for 4 or so. And that's obviously if this World Series goes all 7. 22 to 10 here. Cougars working with some shorter passes, getting it up the floor effectively. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. And it is a better Cougars performance this year than it was last year. Cougars not a particularly good school in most sports. If you love them, you love them. But they're never like a perennial national threat or anything. The one time that they were good, Tony Bennett went to Virginia, so that was exciting. Now they're in a weird spot, especially football-wise, where a lot of people seem to be treating it as like the next step in their career. Like, hey, we're going to move from like look at Cam Ward and John Mateer. Came in, had great seasons with the Cougars, went out, and then Cam Ward went to Miami, #1 overall pick. John Mateer went to Oklahoma. It's like a stepping stone school. Which is unfortunate, because those seasons were fun to watch with those 2 quarterbacks. And then they had a 1-year coach last year, and I don't know. They just can't get anything. That's a nice block. It's a 15-point game. That's a nice block on the defensive side. The Cougars' defense hasn't been as terrible as you might think. It's just that they've been on the defensive end of the floor so frequently, and there's been a lot of fast break opportunities for Kentucky. A lot of advantages, numbers-wise, and all that. So, bounce pass inside, flipped up and good. 27 to 12 now. And this lead just keeps like kind of slowly expanding. I think the closest it's been realistically has been about 7 points. Oh, got to get it up. Oh, no. Does not seem like the Kentucky is being called the way that the Cougars have been called. Or some of the games have even been called in general with like goaltendings and fouls and stuff like that. But That's not any of my business. 27-14, good start for the Cougars, who take advantage of their first possession. Coming away with a couple of points, cutting the lead down to 13. 27 points for the Kentucky Wildcats. Pretty good. It's on the higher side. We don't see a lot of teams break like 25. They didn't break it by much. And it feels like they should have more points with how many turnovers and takeaways they've been able to create on the defensive end of the floor. Cougars with just 12 points in the first half, I don't think is unexpected for this team that scored 6 in the first half last year, but is abysmal. This defense is getting beat in every possible way. It is not taking much for Kentucky to just create gaping voids in this Cougars defense. Into the corner, there's the catch and shoot three. Rattles it home. Cougars are going to need a lot more of that if they want to make this a competitive game. And they have to figure something out on this defensive end. There it is around the outside. Number 24 wide open. Well, it leaves it short. Can't rely on Kentucky being ice cold from the field for an entire half, but... Oh, and that's stolen by number 22, who flips it forward to number 32 in the jam on the other end. 15 points for number 32, nearly outscoring the Cougars by himself. (33-19) now. Pushes him out of the way, and that is an easy bucket for the Kentucky Wildcats. Now, the Cougars surprisingly did not run that out of bounds. We have seen that multiple times in this tournament where they throw the ball in, and it's just like a really weird, like, catch, and they're still running, and it's very odd. So the Cougars get a benefit to that. And they come away with 2 points, but that interior defense is not there for Washington State. Again, just an easy layup for Kentucky. And they can keep just kind of pushing this lead out. Hey, it's 16 now. 14-17. The hook shot is up, no good. Kentucky will come down the floor the other way. That is stolen. And flipped back to Washington State. That's working. Oh, thought you maybe would see a little bounce pass to catch to shoot action. Stolen away. Number 22 has been busy with his hands in the passing lanes. And the Kentucky Wildcats either have a very high field goal percentage. Oh no, it's hustle points. Second chance points, 4 fast break points, also 4. Both those numbers seem low. Lead is out to 18 now. Stripped away. 8 turnovers for the Cougars in the first half, 3 already here in the second half. Comparing that to the fact that the Kentucky Wildcats have 4 total. Really helps explain why that lead is the way it is. Those are some of the numbers and statistics I would love to see with Louisville. Because this is kind of a Louisville game. Turnovers, creating points, and at the very least, just it's limiting possessions that either Washington State has it and that get to the offensive floor with turnovers in the backcourt or around midcourt. And 2, it's just those empty possessions that pile up for the Cougars while Kentucky is able to pick up easy baskets on the other end, and it's 4-point, 8-point, 16-point lead. It feels like what the heck happened here? That second missed free throw gives them their 6th second chance point of the day and pushes the lead out to 18 with 6:05 to go here in the second half. Anything the Cougars can do, the Wildcats can do about 8 times better. Even the plays that are like the effective plays in this game, the 3-point specialty play, the 2 quick passes inside. The Cougars can't figure it out. They can't even get the steal when they have a player in perfect position to come away with a takeaway. Cougars are playing like the "it's just nice to be invited" game, and that's an offensive foul. Okay. It's off the back of the backboard, but it's going to be a defensive foul. Kentucky will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is good. They missed the second one and got the rebound last time. It's been a weird consistency in this game. They don't get the rebound off the missed free throw. It'll just be a measly 19-point lead as it's stolen away and flipped forward. Running it out, and the layup is good. 45-24. Kentucky has an outside shot. It's 26 points, and maybe not. I think you have to have a really good first half if you're going to try and challenge for the... There's a bucket and the foul. The first team foul for Kentucky all in this second half. The Cougars, you get the extra point, and it's 45-27. Comeback starts now. There's a kick to the corner, and well, not the corner, but it's a nice wide open 3, and that's pushes that lead to 21. Okay, well, okay, comeback starts now. Quick passes inside, blocked. It's 9 blocks and out of bounds on the baseline. Whew. Yeah, Kentucky's not going to threaten for the most points scored, and I don't think they're going to be too aggressive. He says, as they are very aggressive. It'll be interesting to see how long Kentucky is aggressive with such a large lead. They've nearly doubled the Cougars' points. There's another block. If that was the guy that they highlighted last time, it's block number 10. Bullies his way to the basket. Tries to make a move, but can't come up with the hoop. And it's stolen away. See, that's what Kentucky is doing on those takeaways, is they're pushing the ball forward up the floor. The Cougars did a decent job trying to break through that Kentucky defense, but there was never that second pass. Once they got it to a certain spot on the floor, the game just kind of goes like, and we're here now. Where it should be like, let's get that one extra pass, you have the advantage. Basically, it's a 2-on-1. Wherever the defender goes is where you go. If they come up towards you, get it by them, see if you can get an easy basket in the paint. But the Cougars were not able to do that, and it probably didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, considering how poor this Cougars team has been playing, but who knows? Maybe it forces Kentucky to change. Maybe the Cougars get into a rhythm. We'll never know. We'll have to just find out next year. As Cougars are getting absolutely clobbered in this one. 51-27, and that shot is missed. And we're right around the free throw line, off the glass and good. 53-27. I might be looking for to literally double the score. Cougars will make sure it doesn't happen on this possession. Kentucky spins and kicks, throws inside off the bottom of the back, or off the bottom of the rim. Going the other way for the Cougars. Two quick passes inside. Kentucky sees it well. They know exactly what the Cougars want to do, and they're able to be there before the Cougars are. This is not a defensive setup or a team that you could run that play against, it seems. Always feels like they have two guys right there and ready to roll to contest that shot. The putback no good, and the rebound goes to Kentucky. So 0 for 2 from the free throw line. That's brutal. Again, not going to make a whole lot of difference, as that is team foul number 5. Even though the circus shot is fired off the bottom of the rim. Kentucky's been so dominant that their free throw misses haven't really been much of an issue. And they've done a nice job getting the three-point play the complex way. First free throw made, second free throw missed, an offensive rebound and a putback. Quick passes inside, and there's two Kentucky players right there, ready for it. Under 2 to go. It's a 27-point lead. And misses that one. Offensive rebound and a foul. Okay, Kentucky, as a concern moving forward, they'll get the winner of New Mexico, Colorado. But as a concern moving forward, the free throw shooting is a problem. They do come up with yet another offensive rebound and more second chance points, and now the lead is officially double. It is 29. That's blocked on the inside. Does Kentucky slow it down just yet? No. There's a nice block for the Cougars. I'll take a timeout for some reason. Down by 9 points. Hey, timeout. Let's regroup, team. Why didn't we think about that earlier? There's a fight inside. A nice flip up hand in. Winding down under a minute to go in the half, or in the game. Kentucky leaves that one a little bit short. Just a measly 27-point lead now. And I don't know what's going on there, but he did just go ahead and run out of bounds. Shot clock is still on, so the Wildcats will have to put up a shot if they don't throw it into a turnover. It seems like they're actually one of the teams that has they're doing a good job. As dumb as that sounds, they're actually doing a nice job making sure that they are holding on to the ball and not throwing it around the floor, leading to a bad turnover. Cougars shoot that right into a big giant center who has about 85 blocks in this game. And the final seconds will tick down, and a dominant Kentucky performance comes to a close. Let's get it marked in our bracket. Unsurprisingly, Kentucky dominant here, 58-31 the final. Verify that the winner is indeed Kentucky. And we will submit the score. Kentucky is on to the round of 32. They will await the winner of our next game. As we exit here. I hit the wrong controller's button. Excellent. Good job, Sean. You have 4 controllers within reach for some reason. Let's end the poll here. Go. Game modes. Mascot game. And we have New Mexico, I believe, is the home team through kind of pure luck. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Yes. Both teams are 2 and 3. So it's just kind of luck of the draw here. Colorado is on the road. Nope. New Mexico. Sean. New Mexico. Colorado is later. New. LMN. Sean. California. New Mexico, California is next. All-American 10 minutes. And we are off. I'm going to throw a poll up in the YouTube chat. Who wins? New Mexico or Cal? Let me know. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe. Ring the bell if you'd like to be notified. March Mascot Madness will return next Sunday at noon Pacific time. Deep 3 for New Mexico, and it's no good. California comes up with the rebound. Back-to-back games with Pac-10 schools. That is a deep 2 that's knocked down. I went to a card show the other day, hoping to pick up a college basketball game, and they were like, yeah, I don't buy sports games. Like, okay. All right. That makes sense. Thinking about it, it might have just been like literally his personal collection, because he didn't look up how much the games he sold me were. He's like, they're like $3 each. And I'm like, all right, sure. Yeah, whatever. He's like, I'm done with this video game business. His selection actually wasn't bad. He had multiple, like, multiple pieces of, like, hey, do you want the entire Uncharted PS3 trilogy? I have all 3 of them. Like, oh, okay. That's not what I bought, but 2-2. I was a little bummed that he didn't have any sports games, but I'm also like one of a very rare type of person that actually like wants the old sports games. California knocks down the first, and the second one is missed. Hey, no one comes up with a rebound. That's maybe the first rebound we've ever seen on a free throw that's one of those players in the back, not immediately near the paint. There's a 3 for New Mexico. Leaves that one short. Both these teams, like I mentioned, 2 and 3. Pull up my notepad here. LMN. Learn your letters with me. Where is New Mexico? There they are. New Mexico 2 and 3. They went 0 and 1 the first time, 1 and 1 each of the last 2 tournaments. So, round of 32 entrant and immediate exiter. California, the same. 5-2 Cal. As they float it inside, if that pass is a little bit better, it's a much easier 2 instead. It leads to a California block. The play was run correctly. The pass was just really bad. It pulled the offensive player up into the air, and the momentum carried him to where the California defender was able to get in position. And then, hey, paid it off with a block. 7-2 California. Driving inside, and that's up and in. New Mexico. With a nice little bucket. And hey, a more competitive game right out of the gate. A couple of minutes gone here, 2.5. And it's a 3-point game. By this time, I think the Cougars were kind of already out of it. Drive inside, flipped it up and in. They made bunch of consecutive shots. 4 consecutive shots they have not missed from the floor. 9-4. Looking for number 33 inside. Got to be careful near that baseline. Okay, he was careful and got away from it, and then ran right back to it. Just stepped right out of bounds. Gives it to California. They'll take a 5-point lead, and they'll take the ball away. No catch and shoot 3. Even though it's not a 3-point specialist, some of the teams have been a little more willing to pull the trigger from deep, even if it's a guy who doesn't look like he has that sticker. It's a nice job by number 21 to get in the passing lane and create a takeaway. Bounce pass inside. California's defense has been good. They've been sticky on this New Mexico offense. Trying to get that easy 2-point play. California's been all over it. There's a block. Out of bounds. It'll stay New Mexico ball. And a nice interception by number 1. They won't really push the pace all that much. But they do create another empty possession for the New Mexico Lobos. Backing them down. Spins around. Backs them down some more. Spins back around. And then hit the fade right into, went left with the fade shot right into the outstretched arm of the New Mexico Lobo. That's blocked right back into his face. There's a 3 for New Mexico. Can't get the friendly bounce, and it remains 9-4. Both teams off to pretty hot starts, but things have slowed down over the last couple of minutes. There's another blocked shot for New Mexico. They have to be able to turn this stuff into points on the other end. They kick it outside to number 22. He'll work inside. That's blocked. Off the hands. Foul and the basket. A bizarre sequence of events there. Wow. The free throw is no good. That hit like every bit of the rim, but bounced out. 9-6 California leads. Nice putback. I thought it was going to be a nice putback attempt, but then he like changed mid-motion and then threw it off the bottom of the rim. There's a three for New Mexico, looking to tie, but they will come up empty-handed. 4:26 to go here in the first half, and both teams just ice cold. You know, New Mexico's defense has been good. They've had some nice blocked shots against California. Throws it in. There's a nice little move under the backboard. Just kind of up and around. And an expert, you know, recreation for me. By me? What? There it is, outside and out of bounds. It's another nice defensive play by New Mexico. They block it on the perimeter, and they're able to, you know, if they could come up with some of the loose balls a little more frequently, hey, it is what it is. But they get the benefit of California touching it last as it flew inside. And they'll get the ball back. Opportunity to cut the lead down to 1 or tie the game with a three-point play. They'll go with a 2, leaves it a little short, but the offensive rebound is made by New Mexico. Tried to go back up with it, but a nice block on the interior. And that's a spin-around jump shot. It's one of those, we see those really often in this game, where it's just like they just have it, and then they go, I'm going to spin like 180 degrees and just blindly whip it, and we'll just see what happens. That time does not benefit the offense at all. And with that lengthy explanation, or during that lengthy explanation, New Mexico misses the shot. Oh, pardon me. God, daylight savings time. It's just the worst. It is just the worst. Free throw is good. It was really close to being a three-point or a three free throw attempt. That's inside. Flipped it, rattles around, and dropped. 13-10. As these teams they're doing a nice job back and forth. They're keeping it close. The defenses both should get credit. California's had some really nice blocks on the interior. New Mexico's had some nice blocks on the perimeter. They ran the play. They had it where there was a wide open Golden Bear in the paint. But the problem is that they threw it to the left on the outside rather than the quick bounce pass inside. And California will again come away with the ball. There it is, easy bucket. A little more complicated because he was in a mid-spin move. But it's 15-10 with 2:07 to go in the first. A foul, but the hoop does not go. Free throw is good for the Lobos. And the second one is missed, but they come up with the offensive rebound. It's blocked, his third of the day. It'll stay New Mexico ball. The second, it is a weirdly consistent thing. The second free throw being missed and an offensive rebound. We don't see that this frequently in this game. Don't see that this frequently in this game. A lot of this, that's this. New Mexico buries the free throws, and it's 15-13. So a funky offensive possession for the Lobos, going to the lineup 4 times or twice for 4 free throws. They come away with 3 of them. Almost got a hand on the ball. Definitely had it in the passing lane. Puts a shoulder down, and for some reason, instead of taking advantage of a defender that was wobbling backwards and just kind of knocking down a shot off the glass, instead tried to whip it to a three-point specialist, and it's intercepted. California, another block on the inside. New Mexico does a good job coming up with the loose ball. They trail by 2 here with 1:20 to go in the first. And there's a big 3. And just like that, it's a 1-point lead for New Mexico, 16-15. Going back and forth. You're going to look at the scores, and you're going to think, hey, Sean, this is not a good, these are not good performances by these offenses, and you are partially correct. You're also missing out on the fact that the defenses on both sides have been very good. A lot of blocks. New Mexico's done a nice job getting hands in the passing lanes. And both teams have been the defensive beneficiaries of funky passes by the opposing offense. That's off the hand and intercepted. California regains the lead 17-16 and looking for some more points here. Shot clock is off, though they won't take it, so it really does not matter. That 3 is left a little bit short. And that's intercepted. Pushing the pace, working it forward. The left hand finish is good for California. Nice job pushing the pace. And pushing the lead out to 3, 19-16. New Mexico's going to need to get a shot up here as the clock winds down. It's no good. Defensive rebound for California. And a shot that's both neither close nor would have counted. So California gets the ball to start things out here in the second half. Lucky that he waited so long to dive for that ball. Otherwise, it's a real bad turnover. 19-16 California. Bad looking on just looking at it. 19 points, 16 points, not great. Understanding how good the defenses have been, it's been a solid half of basketball. Winner gets the pleasure of going to Kentucky for the next round as he spins inside. Nice job by New Mexico. The player, I believe it was number 22, if I had my eyes on the correct guy the whole time. He did a really nice job. It seemed like it was going to be an easy 2 points for California, but he filled the lane correctly and helped create a miss. And they get blocked on the other end, so kind of all for naught. There's a 3 for California. It rattles around everywhere. A couple of guys go up for it and miss it, and the third-party participant, number 24, comes away with the rebound. There it is on the inside. And that is blocked out of bounds. And stolen away. So 5 turnovers for each side. That does not count blocks. 2 already for New Mexico here in the second half. We're only 1:20 seconds gone, so they've been a little careless with the basketball to start. There's the bounce pass on the inside. The left hand finishes up and good. New Mexico cuts the lead down to 1, 19-18. Working it around that outside. There's the kick. Trying to find him. And out of bounds, New Mexico ball. Really bad inlet pass there. Pass in. Okay, locked up a little bit there, just beyond the three-point line. Using the screen. Actually, number 24, he's going to make a move inside. Actually, sliced through the defense pretty nicely right there. Just with that little power hop before throwing it up and in. 20-19. The defensive battle continues here in California. Looking, left hand finish off the glass. And it is good. (21-20). Working it around to the three-point specialist. Hands up. Nice job creating a tough lane for the offensive player to see and creating the miss. California back out in front, 21-20. And they get that little right-hand hook kind of... We saw it in one of the games, it might have been this game, where the offensive player was kind of falling to their left and it just went right into the defender's hand. That time he played it away from the hand that was up in the air for the defense and comes away with the basket. Nice job getting the paw in the way for the Bears. 23-20. Go Cal. Hello, walk-off. How are you today? New Mexico comes away with a takeaway. Looking for a tie. Fire into the quarter. Number 24 has had the ball in his hands behind the arc a lot, but he hasn't really been putting up threes frequently. And right into a whole... It's a group of Bears called. Terrifying. Oh, sliced and diced his way. He threw an extra move in there, hit the right stick a few too many times. But the defender commits the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. First one's good. Second one, no good, and New Mexico comes away with a rebound. Nice job there by New Mexico. New Mexico's been bad about coming up with their misses. Actually, everybody's been bad about coming up with offensive or defensive rebounds on missed free throws. Works it around the outside. There's the kick and the find, and it's buried to cut the lead down to one. A number of times that New Mexico has had open threes that they've passed up, and of course they knock one down with a hand in the face. 24-23. 5:30 to go here in the second half. They're setting that screen. He went to the left when he maybe should have gone to the right. It didn't matter. In my face as he buries that three. Pushes the lead back out to 4. See if these offenses can... A sleuth of Bears. I know, weird, but still true. I would have never guessed sleuth. That one gets a friendly away roll as it kind of hangs on that right side of the rim a little bit before dropping in. 27-25 now. 5:03 in the second. A sleuth of Bears. Thank you, walk-off, for that. There's a 3 for California. They reward your knowledge with a knockdown 3. Using the screen to their advantage and pushing the lead out to 5. And they're going to use... That's a nice block on the interior. Is this where California starts to pull away? It's off the glass and good. That's a big run there for California. Especially in this game where the defenses have not been... or where the defenses have been very stingent. We've had a lot of blocks, a lot of turnovers. Like, runs like this just do not happen. Bears are generally solitary animals, so it is very rare to even need to refer to a group of them. Oh, okay. And that is knocked down for the 2. See if New Mexico can... New Mexico's done a good job. They've stayed in this game the whole way. The 7 points has had to have been the largest lead for either side. I think New Mexico's largest lead is only like 1 or 2. And California, until those last couple of possessions, had really only had like a 4-point lead at one point. So both these teams are very evenly matched. You wonder if that would be like, if New Mexico was the home team, they would be the team up 5. Like, is it that close? That's a move that kind of worked right into a block. He's going to try and get back on the defensive end. Does a really nice job to prevent number 22 from scoring an easy 2. Bounce pass inside. Golden Bear came screaming in, trying to knock it away, but No such luck. New Mexico with a nice shot there to get it up and over the defender. Speaking of shots that are up and over defenders, there's a two-pointer from California. 34-29. Outside. Working it around, and they knock the shot down. California 14-27. New Mexico 13 of 31. I thought that was going to be an almost guaranteed backcourt violation for California, jutting really close to the sideline before usually they go backwards. But they maintain possession, and it's a 5-point game after Cal makes a nice shot. Number 22 with it in his hands, and he steps out of bounds. California takes over possession here. It's 2:08 to go in the second. This one's been breezing by. A good defensive game. I don't even think you can say that about the Iowa State, Minnesota game. Minnesota with the first winless team to pick up a win in the tournament today, or this year, I should say. That game was just an ugly game. This has just been a good back and forth defensive battle. There's a big three for New Mexico. 143 is plenty of time to come up with two good defensive stops and a couple buckets on the other end. And they've proven that they can do it. Into the double team. Number one, a step inside that three-point line, but the offensive rebound is off the bottom of the rim. Timeout New Mexico with 129. They'll talk it over. Down by 4. (38-34). That's going to be deflected out of bounds. New Mexico ball. And we'll stay on this end with 114. Oh, out of bounds. New Mexico ball. I can't imagine this was the play that they drew up in the huddle. They do have a shot clock to contend with. I didn't get to finish my sentence. The layup is up and good. 6-point lead for California. California's defense came up exactly when they needed to. They pushed that possession for a very long time. The shot clock was going to start to become an issue right before they threw that interception, and then California able to push the pace up the floor. And they come away with 2 easy points. Under a minute. New Mexico can still work here, but they have to come up with good quality shots. A hook shot from number 13, not ideal, but a really nice job trailing the play and slamming it home. They got to go. They need to start fouling. Of course, California might get a little pass happy. They kind of are, but New Mexico, even though they've had players that looks like in position. Oh, they'll get the strip and the takeaway, the timeout. Timeout might have hurt New Mexico on that one. I think you want to try and let that play out a little bit longer. The game, once the offense has the possession, it does tend to call a timeout in these situations. And they threw an interception. So they got exactly what they needed, because if we take a look here, when they get the interception, or the takeaway, it's going to be, for California, at best, a 2-on-1 in favor of New Mexico. And they call a timeout, and I think that really threw everything off. By the time that timeout got called, a couple of the California players had almost moved themselves further out of position. But it doesn't matter. New Mexico cannot execute on the offensive end. They'll take a timeout. Will lead to a couple of free throws for California with 19.9 seconds. This game is just about done. Way more entertaining than the first game where Kentucky walloped the Washington State Cougars. And there is the 12th block for California. They don't even run it out. Steal is the word you're looking for in basketball. Probably. All right, let's punch the results in. 42-36. No. I just realized New Mexico was going to be the home team, but that's okay. They're both even, so nothing really lost there. 42-36, 42. California does pick up the win. Submit the score. It was bound to happen eventually. Yeah, that's okay. It's all good. Gotta find the right controller here to make sure I'm controlling the right console. That means that walk-off was correct. They did pick Cal. So let's go game modes. And we'll make sure that this one gets put in correctly. I never even put the thumbnail. Oh well. What are we doing? We're back over here. We are going Yukon and Missouri. Yukon in the C's, but I always put them as Yukon. It's Connecticut. They are the home team because they are the higher ranked team at 5-3. They're taking on the Missouri Tigers, who are 1-3 in the tournament. Yukon, Mizzou. We'll get a poll going in the chat. Start a poll. Who wins? Yukon. Miz. Let me know. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. I will fix the thumbnail here in a second. Oh, just two naked animals, as nature intended, doing battle. And there is the big three from Missouri to get them out in front, 3-0. Thumbnail. Change the thumbnail. Oh. 6.444. That is knocked down. I did the thumbnail correctly, so that's the positive. I just did not set it up in-game correctly. But it's all good. Don't worry about it. 3-3, both teams knocking down big shots to start the game. That three-point was actually contested there for Yukon. And they'll come away with the basketball. Opening minute here. Nice block from Yukon on the other side. He'll drive it. Try to. Takes a step back. Tries the three. No good. And Missouri. Ooh, he's going to get fouled on the three-point shot. So, looks like these teams are eager and willing to fire from deep. Misses. Okay, Missouri. We can't be missing free throws. They'll knock down 2 of 3. They take a 5-3 lead. This is a matchup of Greg Miller versus Jake Storielli. A reference for me and me alone. Connecticut knocks down the long 2, and it is 5-5. Game 3 of 8 for us today. So we'll be working through all these games up here. By the time that this is ended, we will have half of the tournament done, but only one round. It's a very weird thing where the first round takes 50% of the tournament, and then the last. So what? It's 64-32-16, 8-4 championship in third place. So the first half of the tournament is one round, and the last eighth of the tournament is half of the tournament, basically. 8-4 championship, 64-32-16. Wild. I had not thought about the back end of that before. I always point out that we do basically 4 rounds of the tournament at the end because we do a third place game. 2. He is good. Connecticut leads 9-7. Rattling it around, but can't find it. Yukon back the other way. Looking to extend this lead. They're running the three-point specialty play. The passing's been a little quick on that lately. I don't know why. They've been setting up those plays that we've seen be so effective for years, because that's just how this game operates. But it's also just so weird to see them throw the ball so quickly. Ah, cool. You're gonna put that in the chat twice. Ah, thanks. Get out of here. Oh, your account got created 2 days? No one could pick up the ball there. What was that? What was happening there? UConn with the steal. Missouri falling apart here on the road. The basket's up and good. UConn 12, Missouri 7. As we ban people in the Twitch chat. There they go to the inside. Nice recovery by Jonathan the Husky. I don't know why I know that, but I do. I don't know if the Missouri Tiger has a name, and I don't think we'll ever learn that. We don't need to learn. We learn a lot on this channel. A sleuth of bears, we've learned that. We've learned a lot about baseball throughout MLB 11. As the free throws are up and good. Now a touchdown deficit for Missouri. 14-7. There's a big deep three for Missouri. I don't know why I said it was a big deep three. Just a deep three for Missouri. Didn't need to phrase it in any way that was creepy or weird. But we nailed both of them. Yeah, how would you say you described that score? Creepily and weirdly. Yeah, we're not going to hire you. Ah, shoot. Maybe wanted the sports broadcasting thing to work out. 16-10, Connecticut with an easy bucket on the offensive end. UConn with a nice, simple court. They have that recognizable Husky logo in the middle and just kind of some blue. Florida would be basically the opposite of like one of the more complicated quotes. I don't know what number 5 was doing. For some reason, he like hit like a behind the back dribble as the three is up and buried. But he was like faced the other hoop, and I was like, is he going to shoot it at his own basket? Not a good plan. I'm not a basketball expert, but shooting it at your own basket is bad. There's a fadeaway 2. Leaves it a little bit long. Would have been maybe the correct strength for a 3, but went inside to then fade away. Weird shot selection. Oh, there's the UConn Husky inside for the bucket. 21-12. UConn starting to pull away here in this one. Around the outside. There's the 3. It is a little short. It is a windy day here in the inland Northwest. There's a 3 for UConn. They bury it. It is really starting to turn in the Huskies' favor here. Oops. Knocking stuff over. Looked like Missouri was trying to run that play. Now they're going to kick it back out behind the arc, flip it inside, up and rattles it around. Oh, that would have been one of the fancier makes that we've seen. Instead, it's one of the more standard misses. It's not standard, but it's a heartbreak miss. That's off the back of the backboard, and the UConn Huskies will turn it back over to the Missouri Tigers. Missouri down 12, 4:06 to go here in the first half. Really dangerously close to that midcourt line, just begging for a backcourt violation. It's a foul as they try to get the ball inside. I think when the UConn Huskies participated in Ray Navarez Jr.'s mascot tournament, we learned that the name was Jonathan. (24-14). 10-point game with under 4 to go. That is in, and a nice jam home for the UConn Huskies. 9 consecutive shots made. They are shooting 83% from the floor. Yeesh. They're shooting 83% from the floor with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. That's deep into the half. I'm going to work it back out to the corner. I don't really know why they keep doing that. That time it worked, but it's through the contact. It's so odd because it looks like they're trying to bounce the ball. They're going for that bounce pass to get it inside to beat the defense for the easy layup. Instead, they're throwing it to a player who's in between the three-point line and the key, and then just running it to the corner, and it's very odd. Maybe there's something with the 360-ness of this all that's the problem. Maybe that's what it is. That's stolen away. We're going back the other way. UConn on the break cannot come up with it. It's a nice steal there, and a good defensive lane fill recovery. And they did it again. Number one does not want to be anywhere near the basket. He wants to be beyond the three-point line, and that's like it. UConn, quick the other way again. And that'll be off the glass and good. UConn 11 of 14. Missouri 5 of 11. UConn has as many makes as Missouri has attempts. And Missouri is well under 50%. A defensive foul. Third team foul, first personal on number 5. Weird plays on the far side of the floor. Missouri will keep possession. Kick to him in the corner. There's what you're looking for. That was something that the Cougars did not do very well. Cougars of Washington State. There were multiple opportunities where there were open guys, and they just chose not to throw them the ball. Ooh, looked like they were trying to. He beats the defender. They looked like they were setting up for that bounce pass into the paint. They can't come up with anything. 30-19. Minute and 39 seconds to go. It's off the hand. Missouri comes away with a loose ball. Nicely done to not create another turnover. There's the bounce pass inside. Number 1 blocked. Number 33 is going the other way. Spin move, but the Missouri defender gets in the way. Nicely done. Flip pass inside. Number 3 with the shot. Off the rim, no good. Missouri down 11 with 60 seconds to go here in the first. How close can they get this game? Bounce pass inside. Working it around the perimeter. Trying to find anything. UConn's all over it. Under 10 to go on the shot clock. Trying to back him down. The throw is to a player. It's intercepted. Whew. Somehow both UConn made that shot and Missouri didn't get called for the foul. Number 5 working with 8 assists. 32-19 our score as we approach halftime. Bounce passes inside and it is rejected. To go the other way. Under 10 in the first half. 10 seconds, that is. There's a 3 for UConn. Left it a little bit short. Missouri's going to take the long 3. And the buzzer does go off before it hits the ground. (32-19) our score here. 13-point deficit for the Missouri Tigers as they enter the second half, though they do start strong with a block. UConn with a pretty incredible first half when it's all said and done. I think you would look at the shooting percentage and just kind of know that it was an incredible first half for them. 32 points is one of the higher scores you will see in a half, particularly a first half, because the points can get a little ballooned in the second half with the free throw attempts. But Missouri, good on the defensive side. Positive start on the offensive side, 32-22. There's a bounce pass inside, and it's going to be left a little bit short. Missouri, hey, this is what they need to do. Missouri needs to have their best, 2-3 minutes here. Cut into this lead as much as possible, and on the flip side, UConn needs to just survive this. There's a 3 straight away. It seemed like there was a funky animation in the collision detection up there. I don't know that it affected the shot, but it did look odd. It's a 10-point game. UConn drives inside, slices through a bunch of defenders, but does not come up with the block. That one's left a little bit short. 4 rebounds for the top team leaders of each side. UConn gets their first bucket of the second half finally, and pushes that lead back out to 12. 34-22. I guess the lead was technically 13, but they push it out to 4 possessions or whatever. And there's a big 3 from Missouri on the outside. I like seeing that. 5 for 10, Missouri. They're at least pulling it from deep. Connecticut would have more, a better percentage, but 5 for 10 isn't anything to sneeze at. That'll rattle home. The free throw is good. 1 for 1 and 2 for 2. 8:06 to go here in the second. Working it around the base, working it on the baseline. I don't know where I was going with that. The hook shot is up and blocked. I think Connecticut might have survived. Connecticut might have survived the long, Missouri's best effort. Missouri hasn't really cut into the lead as much as you would think that they would have. They had some good defensive possessions to start. That is a block. Well, they haven't been able to turn those good defensive possessions into offensive points, and that's been an issue for some of the teams where East Tennessee State's always going to be the example, especially because they were so close to pulling off a little bit of a comeback there, but they had 3 perfect defensive possessions as he ran out of bounds. Runs right out of bounds. That's doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it was a 3 or a 2. Into the corner. But Missouri's having the same trouble that East Tennessee State did. 3 perfect defensive possessions that they couldn't come away with points on the other side. There's a nice kick in between through a couple of defenders. And that is a nice deep 3. 6 for 11. They're shooting 54% from beyond the arc. Not bad. 6 for 11 is not terrible at all. I mean, imagine if they were shooting way worse from beyond the arc. The game wouldn't even be close, and it's not that close to begin with. 39-28. 40-28. UConn feels like they are running away with this one. 12 points with 6.5 to go. There's a kick and a fire. The 3 is no good. The 2 is up and good, and it's a 14-point game. 6:13 to go. Second half. And a steal. 4 for each side in the last half. 2 for Missouri this time. Turning the ball over. The bounce pass inside. Fights through the defender. Oof, boy, oh boy. And with 5:45, I'm going to take a quick pause here. Apologies, but we'll be right back with more in just a moment. And we are back. Ready to roll here with 5:44 to go. Oops. In the second half. UConn up 44-28 on Missouri as the foul is called on number 31. Second personal, first team foul. And a steal. Boy, you could see that one coming. It was drifting. And all of a sudden, UConn Husky had it. He's fouled on the other end. He'll shoot 2 from the line. The first one is good. And the second free throw is good as well. 46-28. This one's turned into a bit of a laugher, which is a touch unfortunate considering the fact that the game wasn't too bad early. Missed the shot on that one. And it's 46-28. Bounce pass inside, lifted and no good. $20-point lead. And that's intercepted. We are kind of to the point where maybe I should have just left it going while I BRB. Turn the commentary up and just let it roll. Blocked right around the free throw line. It's going the other way. And that's a nice 2 to make it 50-28. So we've had a couple of blowouts. California, New Mexico so far really the only game that was good or competitive throughout. Okay, steal. Fights through the contact and gonna walk in here. We gotta get prepped and ready. Free throw was up and good. 54-33, 3:06 to go here in the second. That is knocked down to make it a 20-point game. 3:04. Where was this Missouri? I mean, this Missouri team did start this way defensively in the second half, and at least it seemed like they were going to maybe provide some level of competition to UConn, but they just haven't been able to. They weren't able to be consistent with it, and it was just... There's a hook shot that rattles around. The putback, no good. They'll try it a third time. It's blocked. Missouri back up the floor. I mean, I don't know. 18 points is hard to get too excited about that they might be able to do something, but you never know. Who knows? You have to stay tuned to watch it to find out. You have to stay here. Tuned to youtube.com/Seannosaurus Rex. 54-38, 16-point game with 2:10 to go. If this Missouri team could have done this defensively more consistently, it's the third foul on number 41. They could have done that consistently here in the second half. I'd believe that they'd have a shot at it. They had their best run in the first couple of minutes. Good defensive possessions. The problem was is that they couldn't come up with the offensive returns, right? So then you end up with this weird spot where they're just holding the deficit. It's not shrinking any. Not shrinking any. Now they're finally able to get those defensive possessions and turn it into points on the offensive side. The issue is that there's just not enough time, and the deficit is ballooned so big. That's out of bounds. I don't know why they threw it into that player. It doesn't matter. They took a timeout, ended up with that as the result. Yikes. I think it was just to substitute the center out, but with 1 minute and 47 seconds, I don't think it should be that big of a deal. However, I could understand kind of getting them a break while, you know, they try to wind it down to a minute. But they're also out of the game, so who knows. $57-38. 22 of 37 was the number I was trying to grab. Missed that one. 17 points. 17 points, 69 seconds to go. Stolen away. Should be a nice, calm final minute or so. There's the three. And that's the second foul for number 5. Into the corner. Got it. 14 points. Huge three. And they run it out of bounds. Missouri ball. Quick pass is inside, and that's going to be blocked as it heads towards the rim. Score's going to look a little bit more respectable than the game actually was in favor of Missouri. A 12-point defeat at the hands of UConn is. This game was out of hand in the second half. So. With the shot clock off, they'll just work it around the perimeter, and that will end the game. UConn all over Missouri. UConn 57, Missouri 45. Verify the winner is indeed UConn. They will improve to 6 wins. And we will get out of here. We'll exit the game. And it will be Temple and Tennessee. Temple is the home team, which is a little surprising. Tennessee Volunteers on the road. All-American 10 minutes from the press box. We'll close the poll out. We will add who wins. 10 or Temple. There's a really good. I don't think there's a good way to shorten or abbreviate Temple. Temple, a nice opportunity to remind us they have one of the better looking home courts as the center number 50 picks up the foul. The wings on the interior of that paint look very nice. It's a little busy maybe, but it at least has a theme and a concept that I can get behind. 2-0 Tennessee as they knock down both free throws. Bad start for Temple. We'll have to keep an eye on that because the whistles, when they start, especially early in the game, if they start early, they tend to persist for the first couple minutes. And what that does is that'll more than likely put a player like the center who already has a foul, it'll give them, they'll have a hard time staying in the game is where I'm trying to go with that. Tennessee forces a 3 up. It's no good, and Temple comes away with a rebound. Trying to clear things out. Looking for number 24. He'll take a little mid-range. It rattles out. And it'll remain 3-2. Tennessee cannot come up with points on the other side, and Temple's being aggressive, trying to drive it into the paint, but pushed away by the Volunteers. They're working that three-point specialty play. It's on the other side. Instead, they'll take kind of a leaning 2. No good. So both teams off to kind of faster starts with a couple of points and a couple of free throws and then a 3 on the other side. Other than that, Tennessee does not have points from the floor. Small sample size, but could be concerning as we move our way through this one. Temple's doing a really good job here. There's a nice block. It's going the other way. Has a man that's a little faster than him, but decides to hold on to the ball. It's empty down in the paint, and then all of a sudden got very cluttered down in the paint. Bounce pass inside. Works into the corner. We're seeing this more. I don't know what's going on with it, but there's a fade to his right, and that is no good. So opening possessions for each team led to points, and since then it's been silence for about 2 minutes on the offensive side. I think you could argue that Temple's defense has looked pretty good. Their offense has made some questionable shot decisions as Tennessee tries to find anything from the floor. That one is no good. Bounce pass inside, works it into the corner. We saw that a lot with Mexico State, I want to say. They would throw it to a guy. It looked like they were trying to run a certain type of play, and then he would just kind of put it into the corner. Temple breaks the scoreless streak, and Tennessee knocks down their first points from the field on back-to-back possessions. 5-5. About 3 minutes gone here in half number 1 of our 4th game of 8. There's the bounce pass. Hook shot up and good. Two quick passes inside, finds a lane. The basket is up and okay. Offense is making some adjustments. Where is Temple? Temple is in Philadelphia, I believe. Because they've had football games, Temple football games at the Link. I'm going to guess Temple University. Yes, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay, we were there. Did you make a pick walk-off? Are you 100% on picks so far today? You have picked Temple, I see. We'll need your expertise for the baseball game picks tonight. We got 2 game 5s. We have Arizona, Philadelphia. Speaking of Philadelphia, Arizona, Philadelphia game 5 and a Yankees, Mariners game 5 tonight at 6 p.m. That's a goaltend. Basket's going to count. And what was a slow start there for those first couple of minutes, the teams each coming up with points on their first possession and then kind of going cold from the field. It's turned into a bit of a back-and-forth battle here. Tennessee has 4 points not from the field, 2 from the free throw line and 2 from the goaltending call. Quick passes inside. Tries to make a contest, or tries to contest at the rim, but no such luck. Lunch is over, got to go back to work. Can't wait for those game 5s. It should be good. Spinning, backing them down. And that's going to fight through the contact. No foul call. Usually when we get that big, loud ka-thunk noise, they'll call a foul, but not this time. 11-11. 2 quick passes inside. The free throw, or the shot, is up and good. And he will head to the line for one more. And that is A 3-point play for the Tennessee Volunteers. It's 2 quick passes inside, off the glass and in. Nice job by the Owls. The other important game today is Syracuse and Colorado. That's a flat-out champion pick. I have them down to the final 2 just because I like the orange. They have done it before, just they haven't done it in this game. Syracuse was a finalist in 06, maybe? There's a bounce pass inside, flipped up and good. Temple doing a nice job, just kind of matching what Tennessee's doing. They're okay being down just 1. But if the Volunteers are getting points, the Owls are getting points. That's what you want to see. It's been effective. We saw it in one of the pre-tournament games of just like, they chipped away with 2s over and over and over and over again, as that's blocked and sent back. It just gives you time to work with. You're not all of a sudden down by 6-7 points trying to get 3s to drop where you're down by 1 or 2. Hey, you're fine. 16-15, and that's a perfect example as to why. Defense comes up big, holds them to a 0. The fade to the right is good, and it's 17-16 Temple. Obviously, there's still a long ways to go. It's an entire second half and 3.5 minutes. But in a day where we've already seen 2 of the 3 games get out of hand fairly early, it's nice to see teams kind of matched up well against each other. Granted, Temple is the higher recorded team. They're right next to each other down here. Oh, that's East Tennessee State. The P's, there's the T. Temple went 0-1 the first time, 1-1 the second time. They picked up 3 of their wins in the last tournament before being eliminated. Tennessee only won their first game in the last tournament, so they would need a couple wins here to get to 500. Something that I was talking about last night, and just kind of looking at the fact that the Philadelphia Phillies are 1,000 games under 500. Just thinking about how many games over 500 they would have to be on average for how long before they even... I mean, it's probably not even possible, honestly. Not in my lifetime, at least. (21-20), whereas the Mariners, I think, were only 300 or something like that, or 500. That's like a level of sustained success that you just I don't think you really see. Anywho, 21-20. Tennessee works it inside into the paint. It's going to be foul and to the bucket. (22-21). Rattles it off the front iron and hits the glass before dropping it in for the 3-point play. Gives them a 2-point lead, so now Temple can just kind of tie and be down by 2. That's a dangerous pass as he spins around and fires it into a crowded area. That's deflected. Tennessee with a steal. And another steal on the other side. Nicely done, Temple. Hey, they're doing what Tennessee is doing to them. If Tennessee's getting points, they're getting points. If Tennessee is getting a steal, so is Temple. The putback, no good. Another offensive rebound. That one's off the glass. A couple of extra attempts benefits the Owls to the tune of 2 points. 23 all with a minute to go here in the first half. Bounce pass to number 2, who gets it to number 22. Back outside, deep 3 and a foul. 4th team foul of the half. First on number 3, the shooting guard. Tennessee to the line to shoot 3. and they will miss the third, but they come up with a foul. Oh no. Tennessee comes up with the offensive rebound, and he's fouled on the shot, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. So 5 total free throws for Tennessee in this possession. So far, 2 for 4. And they will finish a 3 for 5. So 60%, not really what you're looking for. They'll try the drive. I like the aggression. They're pushing the pace up the floor and smartly throwing it back out when they don't really have much to work with. Oh, that was a dangerous pass, and they paid the price. He needed to throw it a little further outside or just kind of up and over. I don't know. There wasn't really there's not a great solution. That's a rattle off the front rim. Now, 26-23. Temple is doing everything they can to get a three-point play, but they just could not get past the depth of that Tennessee defense. That is out of bounds, but the clock expires. So we have a 26-23 game. Tennessee with like an above average first half, slightly above average. Temple with not a bad first half at all. That's a poor shot selection in between a couple of defenders, and had a three-point specialist wide open looking for a shot opportunity. There's the lefty finish. (26-25), Tennessee on top. Feels nice to have a good one here to finish out the first half of games. It's a 3 that's off the front iron, and you can see how the Tennessee defender had the positioning to get to that ball. Could not get the tip in to drop. It'll be a step inside the three-point line, and it's a shot no good. Temple looking for the lead. They go quick. Tennessee will take the 3 well off to the right side. Looking for it. I don't know what this Temple Owl is doing toward the bottom of the screen. I don't really know what the Temple Owl is doing toward the top of the screen. It's just a bunch of a cluster. Someone finally comes up, gives a screen. The shot is fading to the left, no good. And it remains a 1-point Tennessee lead. Is Temple going to be able to get over this little hump? Tennessee working it around the perimeter. And Tennessee buries the shot about a step behind the free throw line. 28-25. Temple needs to find something on offense here, just to get a little bit of rhythm. There, obviously, 3 points is nothing to sneeze at, but you know, it's nothing. It's not a deficit. It technically is a deficit. I get that. Not an insurmountable. Temple might be the most fadenist to the right team that we've seen all tournament long. It just feels like every shot they're taking is them moving to the left or to the right. 28-27. Temple's defense comes through. Now, Temple has done a nice job defensively to create tough shots for Tennessee and make sure that they can kind of weather the cold storm on the offensive side. But a bucket there felt good for Temple just to try and get into a little bit of a rhythm. Of course, they missed the next shot that they take. They're trying this mid-range game, which seems like it's not the best as far as this game is concerned. It's the interior play feels really good a lot of the time, and there's a lot of success from beyond the arc because of a couple of plays that you can run. But the mid-range seems like it's block central. As the center comes up and cleans up the miss, creates that 3-point deficit, the uninsurmountable 3-point deficit, working it around. That's a nice little float inside the bucket and the foul. Tries to go up and under, but can't come up with it. 30-29. Temple completes the 3-point play, 30-30 now, with 6:50 to go here in the second half. I thought Tennessee might kick it to the corner for 3. Instead, just trying to back him down, spins and kicks it back out. The 2-pointer is no good off to the right. And with 6.5 to go, we're still locked at 30. Kind of a slow start to the second half for both teams. Temple's shot selection's been funky. A nice defensive play there for Tennessee. And another nice defensive play for Tennessee. Got a hand in the passing lane. They're running the other way. The shot is no good. Temple created just enough pressure on the offensive player, and he's unable to come up with the basket. Trying to drive inside. Fires over to number 25. There's the shot. Missed it. A little to the left. And Tennessee back the other way, looking to retake the lead. Again, Tennessee looks like they have a good positioning there in the corner. Shot is up and good. 32-30. Okay, Temple working the 3-point specialty play. There it is. It's a little bit short. Crowd is awfully quiet here in Philadelphia. There's a foul. Center number 50's third foul of the game. Tennessee makes the first free throw. Free throws have been inconsistent for Tennessee today, as evidenced by the fact that they miss one right there. Timeout for Temple as they are making a substitution. It's about the only time we see a timeout taken outside of that final minute when the team is trailing. Tennessee goes 1 for 2 from the line and creates a 3-point lead. Leads have not been much more than a single possession in this game. Can't come up with that shot there. Left it a little bit short. Tennessee looking to add on to the lead. 2 quick passes inside. Temple is there. Puts up pretty good defense. Doesn't get the foul called on him. Tennessee does a nice job to get that ball through the basket. And it's 35-30. Number 24 passes up on it. Number 3. Oh, that was a bad play. Nobody dived for it. It's last off Tennessee, so it'll stay Temple ball. And stolen away by number 4. Temple's got to get something, got to get themselves settled down here a little bit. I think that substitution might actually be affecting this team. There's a foul. Number 44 picks up his, I believe it's his first. Now they do make sure that the basket is not made, which can be a benefit considering that Tennessee's been inconsistent from the free throw line. And of course, as soon as I say that, they are 2 for 2. 37-34, 20 to go here, second half. Temple's had a really rough second half, and out of bounds. Okay. And that'll appear to continue here. That's blocked. Okay, Temple. Take these good defensive possessions, turn it into good offensive possessions. They're working it around. They just don't seem to have... There's the 3-point specialist. That's who they need to get that ball to. That's who they need to get the ball to on those specifically run plays. Another shot. Temple fading to the right. Oh, they can't get the friendly home roll. A little too strong off the backboard. And that is foul. Third personal for number 21, the center. Third team foul. Tennessee misses another free throw. Still a touchdown deficit. They rattle the second one home. (38-30). What? Okay. 40-30. It's a 10-0 Tennessee run. We were all locked up 30-30. I was going to ask the question of like, hey, what can Temple do here on the offensive side? I was going to ask the question again. They've thrown 2 interceptions of, well, I'm trying to ask, what can they do offensively? Nothing is the answer. And that's now going to be a 13-0 run here. Temple will take a timeout. Just past 2 p.m. here on the West Coast. Even though it should only be 1 p.m. Stupid daylight savings time. 43-30. He is rattled home. And it is a 15-0 run. We can check and see. When was the last time Temple scored a point? 26-23, 26-25. Well, they scored now at the 2-minute mark. We'll say 2. So they did not score for between the 6:52 mark and the 2-minute mark. They did not score for nearly 5 minutes of action. A chunk of that where Tennessee scored 15 points, a 15-2 run over those 4 minutes and change. Or near 5 minutes, I think is probably the more dramatic and fun way to say it. Because it was literally 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Nice steal there from Temple, and they're going to do the Missouri thing, it seems, where they'll fake like they're going to make things interesting, and they won't. Everybody be cool, don't tell walk-off that they might have picked the wrong team. Temple's going to take a timeout like they still have a chance. It's a 13-point game with 1:07 to go. There's a nice shot, up and good for Temple. Both teams have made 16 field goals. Almost a backcourt violation from the Volunteers. And that's stolen away. As we wind down this final minute of a game that turned into a bit of a blowout. It wasn't a blowout, it's maybe not the right term, but it did turn into like a, hey, this team is going to win. So from the 6-minute and 52-second mark and on, it was a 15-4 Volunteer run. And that is the difference. That was the last time the game was tied. 34-45. Tennessee picks up their second win in tournament history, upsetting the Temple Owls by 11. 45-34. Tennessee is the winner. We will submit the score, and we will move on to our next matchup, which is between the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Dayton Flyers. As we will go game modes. Normally I take a halftime break between games 4 and 5, but I just hopped up, so we might take one between 6 and 7. Arkansas is the home team. AR Kansas. And the Dayton Flyers. I love the Dayton Flyers. They're a doofy mascot, but they are not very good in this game. We're heading to Arkansas. Arkansas. Why are you not pronounced AR Kansas? I love it. I love that video. I love that video so much. Actually, I can fix that problem in a minute. We'll end the poll. We will start a new poll. Who wins? Arc or Dayton? Let me know in the chat. While I fix the thumbnail, get things started. Another block on the outside. Arkansas proving to be quite the challenge for these Dayton Flyers. Apologies. I really hate the Arkansas logo, and there it's finally stolen away. They come away with the ball. Game number 5. Next game up is going to be that Colorado-Syracuse game. Syracuse, a big pick for some of us. I did forget to do an update after that, but that's okay. Actually, it's 0-0. Let's pull the prediction update right now. Spring is in the air up top with 21 points. I really don't need you to show me that. You had it. It looks so nice, and then you give me something that I don't want or need. I'm proud of you. Finally going to be some points here. The Razorbacks slam it home. 2-2. Hey, Dayton led. Spring is in the air on top, up top with 21 points. They are tied with Murph Dog with 21. The difference is the points potential, or the score potential. 175 for Spring is in the air. 171 for Murph Dog. Let's Go is just behind with 19 and a score potential of 175. I am in 4th with 19 and a score potential of 167. And the Beeb is in 5th with 14 and a score potential of 138. So it seems like putting teams into these little chunks, organizing them by win total, I think is kind of working the way that I thought it or hoped it would. 3-2, and that is just not wanting to load. Are we online? Are we good? Oh. We'll just bop out of that for a second. I don't know what happened there. I was trying to look at the bracket thing, but we're live. 5-3 Arkansas. Welcome on into the new viewers. Thanks for hanging out. It's game 5 of 8 here in March Mascot Madness. Arkansas misses that shot. Gets the offensive rebound, absolutely bullies one of the Flyers out of the way, and slams it home. 7-3. Dayton's never won a game in the tournament. Arkansas is 6-3 overall. I wonder if they are one of the teams. I'll pull the record here. Are they one of the teams as Dayton with a nice play inside? Got behind that defense and the good execution. The pass was in quick. The ball was out of the hand before the defense could realized or recognized what was going on. Dayton 0-3. Arkansas going higher up. There's a nice shot from Arkansas. Arkansas has a lot of their wins in just one tournament. They had a second place finish the second time we used this game. They're 6-3. In order to get second, you have to win 5 games. So 5 of their 6 wins were in one tournament. Otherwise, they were 1-1 last year, and then they were 0-1 in the very first tournament. So Arkansas, one of the, I don't want to call them fraudulent records, but one of the more like, do you really believe that they have 6 quality wins? The 3 is up. The 3 is good. And it is 12-7. Of course, they do get the advantage of having that second place finish, which does kind of pile up those wins, putting them in it as one of the top 12 teams that gets one of the teams that has never won a tournament game. But they might not be so lucky next year if there are a team or two like, who's had a good showing so far? You know what? UConn. UConn already had 5 wins. Tennessee. Tennessee's a good team. They have a 1-3 record. They got a win already. If they get a nice if they get a beneficial path through the tournament, they all of a sudden could take Arkansas's place, battling a different team. Arkansas gets a bad matchup. They lose. Whereas some of the top teams, Duke, Alabama, Louisville in particular, they've been fairly consistently good. 14-11, Arkansas on top. A little over 4 minutes gone as they're working for that three-point specialty play. Catch and shoot. A little too long, but the offense comes up with a rebound. Nice putback, pushes the lead back out to 5. Dayton providing a bit more resistance than you might think. There's a 3. Splashes at home, and the lead is cut to 2. This is kind of what we're looking for. You'd like to see some of these 0-3 teams at least put in, like, a good performance. Washington State got ran out of the gym, but Dayton's at least hanging around here through the first 5 minutes. By the time the very first game of the day, Washington State at Kentucky, by the time that game was at this point, Kentucky had already won. There's an interception by number 24. Did a nice job getting in the passing lane and timing that jump to come up with the interception. Dayton was looking for the tie, maybe the lead with a nice 3, but instead they'll look for a good defensive stop, which they kind of get. Shots left a little bit short. Nice job to come up with the defensive rebound. And the sooner that this Arkansas team gets knocked out, the better, because boy, do I hate that midcourt logo. There's the bounce pass inside, trying to get through those Dayton Flyers. Number 1's going to pick up a foul on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Rattles it home to push the lead to 3. And it is now a 4-point lead. Arkansas 2 for 2 from the line. Oh, that's going to be a hard foul. The shot is missed. (18-15). And they can't get the second free throw to drop. That's a bad break for the Dayton Flyers. They come up with every opportunity they can. Or capitalize on every opportunity they can. Oh, Arkansas is running that three-point specialty play. You can see it to the near side of the screen. He'll take the 3. It's deep. It is off the back iron. No good. Goes back up with the putback and fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. He misses 1. Okay. 1 missed free throw for another missed free throw. And he left that one short as well. Dayton comes up with a rebound after everybody misses it. And it's 18-15. That is a nice deep 2 for Dayton. I like what Dayton's doing. We saw Temple kind of doing it early. They ran out of steam in the second half and could not come up with points for a while. But if Arkansas is making a basket, you make a basket. Or at the stage in the game where you can trade, yeah, they made a 3, but hey, we got 2. So there's a bit of a switch there toward the top side of the screen. Yeah, that's going to actually end up benefiting Dayton if he tried to use his speed to get around what I presume would be the center. As that is Arkansas ball. Okay, that's the toughest play to call in this game. He jumped into the defender. Is it an offensive foul, a defensive foul? Does it roll out of bounds? If it rolls out of bounds, who did it last touch? As Arkansas gets kind of stuck there. Beautiful. Right at the midcourt line. Someone turned on their lag switch. The 3. No good. One-point deficit for Dayton to overcome. Looking for that basket right here. The first shot missed. The second shot nicely cleaned up. Got through 3 defenders there. Found a little gap and took the lead. 19-18 with 2:25 to go here. I was waiting for it to click like an extra second. I was like, it'll click up, right? No, it counts down to 0, Sean. You know this. This is the 6th tournament that you've commentated. That means that there are 5 times 64. Just over 300 games. Time still ticks towards 0. Bounce pass inside. Hook shot is up and no good. Would like to see it maybe go to the corner there. There were 2 defenders on him. Somebody was open. Two quick passes inside. Arkansas gets the friendly home roll as that rattles around. And drops. Back out in front by 1 with 1:36 to go here in the first. What can Dayton do here? Ooh, to the corner. Pulls up a little mid-range action there for Dayton. I'm surprised. It looked like Arkansas should have probably had the advantage there, just as far as like getting a hand up and swatting that down, but no real contesting on that one, and it's Dayton back out in front, but they leave the three-pointer wide open, and he buries it. Arkansas responds right back, 23-21, Razorbacks. Bit of a dangerous inbound pass from Dayton. Sometimes the players just run out of bounds for some reason. It's very weird. They do get a nice find inside. 10 for 17 to 9 for 17, Dayton over Arkansas in the field goal comparison. We're all knotted up at 23. And that is off the rim, no good. Dayton brings it back up the floor. 2 quick passes inside, fights through the contact, leaves it off the rim, can't find it. No foul called as he tries to get the offensive rebound and put it back in, but no luck. Arkansas more than likely will not hold for the final shot here. We'll see what they want to do with 7 seconds. There's the bounce pass inside the hoop and the harm. He'll go to the line to complete the 3-point play. Second personal foul on center number 44. Arkansas left that one on the front iron. 2, 1. Ooh, it's off the rim. Surprisingly close. Most of those shots are way off line. So 25-23, Arkansas leads Dayton at the half. Boy, he just steamrolled right into the paint and then ended up losing the ball. Number 14 the other way. Beats the defender and gets to the hoop. 25-25. Pretty average halves for both teams. And we have a tight one here between a Razorbacks team that finished second. Picked up most of their wins in just one tournament. Otherwise, in the other 2 tournaments, they are 1 and 2. Oh, there it is. There it is. He didn't see it. Oh, he had it. Now he throws it in. Super late. How did he miss that? Oh, they ran it beautifully, but the ball handler just didn't have the vision. The 3 for Arkansas, no good, though he was wide open. Rebounded defensively by Dayton. Working it around, trying to find some room. Still trying to find some room. There's a shot deep into the shot clock, and it is put back with authority. Nice job there, coming up with the offensive rebound. And well, 4-point swing. Dayton leads 27-25. Oh, there's the bounce pass inside. It's off the far rim. Dayton's defense is providing some pressure here to Arkansas. The foul. Can't get the shot to drop. So he'll go to the line to shoot 2. First personal, first team foul. 1's all around. First personal and the first team foul for number 1. Dayton 2 for 2 from the line. And it's 29-25. 6-0 run in these first minute and 45 seconds of the second half in favor of the Dayton Flyers. Arkansas's got to be careful right around that midcourt line to not get a backcourt violation. The screen creates a mismatch. The three is up and buries it. Defender just a little late. Clear line of sight for Arkansas. They'll pick up their first points of the half nearly 2 minutes in. But because Dayton isn't the most explosive offense, it never really felt like the game was out of control. There's a three for Dayton, and there's a nice job. Arkansas scores. We strike right back. So the lead right back out to 4, and a nice block on the perimeter. Got a hand on it. 2 quick passes around. Works it to the side. Pump fake, pump fake. Ooh, got him in the air. He left his feet. That's an easy bucket. We don't see the pump fakes work that effectively that frequently. It's a really nice play by the Arkansas shooter. I don't love the way that sounds out of context. There's a nice block by Arkansas. They're going the other way. The spin move was unnecessary. Might have cost them an opportunity at a bucket. Tries to fight through some contact, but can't get the bucket to drop. And it's 32-20. That's blocked. We're going the other way. Does Dayton have some defensive options? Kinda, but once it gets right into that area, it gets real weird. And typically the offense has the advantage. 4-0 run for Arkansas to tie things up at 32 apiece. This was where one of the teams absolutely fell apart in the last game. The three-point specialty play looked like it was run on a little bit of a delay. He caught it. Ideally, you want to catch and shoot as quickly as possible. He kind of caught it, looked at it. They gave the defender the opportunity to get in his face. Doesn't matter, though, because he was able to get it into the basket. 35-32. Back out into the corner. Bounce pass inside. Defense from Dayton provides enough pressure to affect the shot. It's no good. Dayton with the ball in a 3-point lead. Nice kick to the corner. That's blocked on the outside. Arkansas touches it as it's out of bounds. It was likely going to be Dayton ball, but sometimes it gets a little funky. Ooh, found a little bit of room, but couldn't finish the effort. And that's going to be stolen away by the center. Nice job getting a hand to the passing lane. This is probably the best performance we've seen from an 0-3 team. I think we need to give credit to Weber State. They didn't get absolutely run out of the gym by Louisville. It is a little bit of context of like this 0-3 team is playing a different level of 0-3 or different level of the upper echelon in our tournament. And obviously we have to give credit to Minnesota for picking up their first win, as that is a miss and can't get it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I thought they were going to come up with the 4-point play in the weirdest way possible. Dayton just comes away with one of those 2 free throws. The hook shot, that is the friendliest home bounce we've seen. Off that far side rim, just bounce, 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 drop. 36-34. And stolen away. Oh, if you're Dayton, you can't start falling apart now. You've played so well. Did I jinx you? This, I think, would be an opportunity for the game to call a timeout and try to stop that momentum a little bit. But I don't know if that's really a thing that they were thinking about in this version of the game. I don't know if it's a thing they were thinking about in any versions of the game. So it's going to be a foul. Dayton will go to the line to shoot 2. The good thing for Dayton is they've given up a couple of runs to Arkansas. The deficit's never been that wide. 1 for 2 from the line again. Arkansas is going to make a substitution. 37-36, 4:39 to go in the second half. Arkansas working, looking for the lead. Finds the center inside. Ooh, can't get the finish. Wow. They got a super friendly home roll on a previous possession, but couldn't get it there. See what the Dayton Flyers can do. No foul call there. Not exactly sure if that qualifies as a block or what, but it is 37-36. The old mid-range is no good. It's blocked. And we're going the other way. Into the corner. That's blocked, out of bounds. Dayton retains possession. I think that's a three, doesn't matter. It's off the front iron. Dayton doing a lot of work on the defensive end here. They're doing a good job to keep this lead right where it is. Obviously, you'd like to see more production on the offensive side, but hey, there's a steal. They're pushing the pace. Little mid-range is blocked. You can't do that. Oh, it feels like the game just didn't put together what it should have been doing. Should have kept the momentum going with the ball handler and pushed him toward the hoop, but instead, it's kind of a brutal missed shot or block. There's a brutal block on the other side. And brutal block's a little bit of an exaggeration. We're going back and forth here. Turnovers, blocks, steals. Oh, he's in the quarter. There's the three. It does it. It's no good. Offensive rebound by the center. The hook shot is up and good. Dayton needs to respond here. 2:30 to go here in the second half. They got to come up with a good play. There's a three. It's up. It's good. Hand in the face. Doesn't matter. 40-38. Oh my goodness. 2:14 to go. Oh. He was there and then just kind of got confused. It seemed like who he was supposed to be defending. Arkansas swings the lead. A nice response three from the Razorbacks. Two quick passes inside. Had the positioning. They'll get the foul. Fourth team foul. It's a nice recovery by Big Red, I think is the name there. They'll miss the first free throw. If he at least goes 1 for 2, we'll tie the game. And that's what he does. 41 all with under 2 remaining. Oh for 3. Missed it. Defensive rebound, Dayton. Quick passes inside. Oh, he's too strong. Dayton's had some good opportunities at the rim, but can't come up with it. Left that one a little short. Center with the rebound. Calls the play out. What do they want to run? We're approaching 60 seconds to go. Number 1's going to get fouled. He'll go to the hoop to shoot, or to free throw line, to shoot 2. This one is good, 42-41. Dayton on top. Second free throw is no good, but they get the... Oh, it's blocked, and Arkansas takes the timeout. He had a shot at it to put it to a 3-point lead. The free throw misses are stunning in this game. It's never been this consistent. The 360 apparently running the Xbox version of this game is giving us quite the free throw missing performance. That's stolen away. Nice job by Dayton. They do not need to move quickly here. They can take as much time as possible. They're going to get it inside. It's blocked again. They have had the... It has looked like so frequently Dayton has had the positioning down low, but Arkansas has been tremendous at recovering and getting hands on the ball. Shot clock will be turned off. A foul is called. Oh my goodness, they've been awfully quiet on the other end of the floor. That is the first free throw up and good. The second free throw, good as well. Dayton will take a timeout down 1. Plenty of time to work with, 33.9 seconds. And only 1 possession. See what Dayton wants to run. Quick passes on the inside. It's good! 44-43 Dayton! Ho-ho! 25.1 seconds. I didn't believe it. I saw them start to execute that play. 2 quick passes inside. It should beat the defense, but Arkansas has been so good at recovering that why would now all of a sudden be the time that it actually works? Dayton's pressure on this Arkansas offense has been effective. Got him off his feet. The mid-range is good. Oh, Dayton's bit a couple of times too hard on the pump fakes. 6.9 to go. They don't need to go. Okay, don't want the center with it. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's... No! He didn't get the shot off. It doesn't count. Dayton loses. Oh, they threw it too far and the game doesn't have enough pace. 45-44. I don't think it was going to count. The ball... I'm surprised that it actually let that go as long as it did. Because usually, like even when it calls fouls, there are times where it doesn't let the ball finish what it's going to do. 45-44. That was a good one. Oh, that's right. My thing was broken. Here, let's try it on my phone. It was not reloading my thing correctly. Challenge. See if I can enter this here, then I don't have to go quite as wild. Oh, okay, I can enter it. All right. Arkansas, 45. Dayton, 44. Verify the winner is indeed Arkansas. And we will submit the score. Arkansas moves on to the round of 32. They will play the winner of a big game here. It's game number 6 of the day. Syracuse and Colorado. Syracuse does get the home court advantage, even though both teams are 2 and 3. Oh, brutal. We'll end the poll. We have another one started here. That's as tough a loss as we have seen. A good game, though. Back and forth. I think the difference was Arkansas's defense, especially down low. Syracuse is at home. Oh, they're right there. There we go. Syracuse, Colorado. Colorado Buffaloes, the Syracuse Orange. Coming up next, I'm just triple, double, quadruple checking. Both teams, like I said, 2 and 3. Syracuse is one of the bigger losers from the fact that we're just using one specific game rather than all of the records. Otherwise, Syracuse would be far higher in the rankings because they finished second in one of the previous tournaments. Colorado or Syracuse, who wins? Let me know in the poll on YouTube. They're off and running with a big 3. There's that big doofy orange. Playing a Colorado Buffalo. There it is. There's a little mid-range too. Offensive rebound, no good, but he stepped out of bounds. Center ended up coming up with the ball for Syracuse and then just kind of walked out of bounds. Looked like he was in a bit of a stumble animation as he gets that through a couple of outstretched arms. Another offensive rebound. We're going to have to watch that as this game continues. Only 40 seconds in. Don't want to make too big of a deal out of it, but if the Syracuse Orange can't come up with defensive rebounds, end up with long possessions and multiple opportunities for Colorado. Syracuse has one of the weirder, stadiums from an angle because it seems like they're not playing in a place designed for basketball. That 3 looked awful. This angle looks good, but if you look at it from the side, there's just a big drape of stuff on the side that they were on, camera-wise. There's a 3 for Colorado. It's blocked by Syracuse, but they can't come up with a loose ball. Another opportunity for the Buffaloes. Blocked again. Number 4 is off and running, trying to get it into the paint. Instead, he's going to draw a foul right around the free throw line. And that'll be left a little short. Four to 2 after the free throws. And they're going to come away with a loose ball. Syracuse is one of the weirder looking mascots just because, like, obviously it's an orange, but I think they can, like, go into the floor more frequently than most teams. There's a block at the three-point line. Center is off and running, and he is going to jam it home to tie things up at 4 apiece. This is a champion pick in a Final Four pick. Champion pick for the Beebs, Syracuse, and I have them in the final, I think I have them in the final 2. We love the Syracuse mascot here because it is a big doofy orange. Oh, number 5. Oh, he wasn't where he needed to be. It's going to stay Syracuse ball. I thought Syracuse almost touched it as it was about to drift out of bounds, but the block. Oh boy, just kind of ripped that across the floor, huh? And he's intercepted. That one's stripped out of bounds. Colorado retains possession. Good defensive start for the Orange. Offense could use a little work. They're doing a nice job preventing Colorado from picking up points. There's another shot to number 5. He has felt like he's been a little slow on those plays. Like he's in the position, but he catches it and like thinks for a second and then he goes, oh, I'll shoot it. 6 to 4. Colorado up on the Orange here. There's a nice 3 from Syracuse, and that is knocked down to get them right back out in front. Also, one of the weird things about Syracuse is they don't have the writing on the back during regular game action, but during the replays it says Syracuse on the back, just in case you forgot. That is good. Oh, that was a good angle of what I was talking about. Left it a little bit short, but the tip-in is good. 3-point play for Syracuse. When they showed that first free throw going in, there's like just a weird drape behind everything. But it seems like it's really deep. Oh, they had him, but the pass was a little errant. That's a foul. First personal, second team foul. Left it short. And finds the hoop. 9 to 8. Colorado leaves that one wide left. That was not a good-looking shot. And ooh, nice recovery by Colorado. It'll stay Syracuse ball. I went to go take a drink because I kind of thought that was going to be an easy Syracuse bucket. That's a dangerous pass. Nice little mid-range jumper. Syracuse took a couple shots, or a couple steps inside. But a great recovery on that last break, fast break for the Buffaloes. 2 quick passes inside. The Orange foul. They'll go to the line to shoot 2. I don't like being inside that Orange. Hello! It's a creepy smile. 10-10. And it is good. 11 to 10. 2 for 2 from the line. Six minutes to go, and finds it. Nice jam inside. Colorado again, at least providing pressure inside. I thought maybe they had recovered well enough to affect the shot, but hard to affect the dunk. They can kick it out. Yeah. The Orange were right there. Oh, nice steal by number 3. We're going to try and push the pace. Buffaloes do a nice job to block everything. There's a little mid-range. Knocks it down, and it's 14-11. The bounce pass inside. Oh, no. That orange got up. Rejected it. Foul on the follow-up. Colorado making free throws. Something we haven't been seeing a ton of is like good free throw shooting. Not really sure how that was a backcourt violation. That's one of like the tickiest, tackiest backcourt violations we've seen. And they missed one. Oh my goodness. That was a block that almost wasn't recovered by the orange. But we saw one that was just like, that should have been a backcourt. There's a three for Syracuse. No good. Defense comes away with a rebound. Stays a 1-point game. And stolen away yet again. Pushing the pace. Looking for it. Spin. Just for fun. That was awesome. There was no reason for that orange to spin like that. But the orange went ahead and spun like that in between three defenders. Three citrusy defenders, and still comes away with the basketball. 16-15. Back and forth we go. And stolen away. Nice steal for Colorado. Good defense. That's something that we've seen. We've seen steals and then good defensive recoveries. Filling the lanes correctly, making sure that it's not an easy two on the other side. Give your defense a chance, or give yourselves a chance, I should say, on defense to come away with a rejection. There's a block shot that Colorado can't hit the follow-up with. Ooh, they're looking maybe into the corner. No. Number 3 just kind of works it into some traffic. Passes it off to the other three-point specialist in the area. And he'll come down with the rebound. Been a fun first half here in Syracuse. A couple games left after this. And then we have basketball later tonight. Or baseball, excuse me, later tonight. 2 Game 5s. Ooh. Syracuse. Oop, inside, bounce pass. And then just a nice recovery by the defense. It's a little slow on the rise and fire there. There's a bucket for the Buffaloes. 17-16. Oh, there it is. There it is. If you're Syracuse, what you need to tell your team is if you're Syracuse, you got to go quick. When you start to execute those plays, you got to go. The pass needs to be on time and the ball needs to be out of the shooter's hands as quickly as possible. Colorado, and it's a credit to Colorado. The Buffaloes are doing a tremendous job of responding to that. We saw it with the Arkansas team as well, and we saw it with one other team earlier today. I think those maybe are just the two that I'm thinking of, kind of off the top of my head. Maybe it was like a New Mexico, something like that, where it was just the way that they were able to respond, the way that they were able to come up with the blocks and the shot effectings. If you're Syracuse, you got to go quick on the offensive side. There's a foul. That's behind the line, so that'll be 3 shots from the charity stripe. Colorado misses the first one. I complimented them last time they were at the free throw line, and that's how they reward me. It was just a 2, and they go 0 for 2. Whoa. So it remains a 3-point game. Syracuse is begging for the ball in the quarter. Instead, they try to drive. Colorado, who's been so good at picking up blocks and just kind of affecting the shot in general, that time picks up a foul. Syracuse responds to the miss on the other side from the free throw line with a miss of their own. We've only seen 1 of the last 4 free throw shots made between these two teams. Syracuse pushes their lead out 1 more. It's 21-17, under 2 to go. That should end in a loose ball. Syracuse comes away with it. Kind of a funky little bounce. Goes inside, rattles off, or bounces off both sides of the rim and can't find it to drop. Oh my goodness. We've seen 6 free throws between these two teams, and they have made 1 combined. What are you doing? So it remains 21-20. Quick passes inside, knocks over the defender. The Orange gets pushed through the floor. It's 21-19. Just to help this Orange. Just on the floor. 2 quick passes inside. Finger roll is good. Are they going to get the foul on that as well? No, just a replay. Just a replay. We have a Monsters, Inc. game, 23-19. Syracuse leads with 1:13 to go here in the first half. Bounce passes inside the center. Looking around, bounces it back out to number 21. He fires and makes it. It is wild how effective the 3-point specialists are when there is a defender right in their face. Lead sliced down to 1. Quick passes inside. Can't get the bucket to drop. Just a foul. That shot is up and good. That was a bad time for you to do whatever you were doing. Let's see. So the free throws, I missed free throws again, didn't I? Oh, they missed a free throw on the back end. It's blocked. Center came up with a rebound. Okay, gotcha. They'll make the shot. 25-24, Syracuse leads. Buffaloes take the lead, 25-24. Good defensive stand. How they got that over the outstretched arm of the Orange, I do not know. Final shot for Hughes is off the iron, no good. I don't love the basket. That when it hits 3 seconds, that's when they just start winding it up. It doesn't matter where it's from on the court. Colorado gets the ball to start the second half, up by 1. Be out of bounds. Syracuse will take over possession. Maybe I want this to look a little different. There's no way that that's what that is. Oh, so it'd be what? I need to do that down. It'd be 481. 481 by... What's the 351? Let's try it. Oh, there we go. It's a little smushed, but looks a little better. Okay, there we go. There was no reason for me to do that right then. My bad. 26-25. Colorado at the line makes the first free throw. Ties us up at 26 apiece. And leaves the second one off the front iron. All knotted up. 9:20 to go. Decent first halves from both teams. I think Colorado's defense is kind of maybe the story of the first half with how they recovered to Syracuse's plays, and even right there, that 3-point specialist got blocked on the perimeter. Now they're working it around. Syracuse does a nice job reading and responding, and a steal. Turnovers 8 for Colorado, 6 for Syracuse. And they're going to try and find number 4. They're going to kick it to the other side of the floor, number 5. He'll drive inside, gets fouled. Free throw shooting has not been good by either team. or at least consistent by either team. And there's another miss. Left that one short. I mean, we saw that stretch where it was like 1 for 8 or whatever. 8 blocks for number 51. An incredible job to get back into that play. There's a block. There's no reason you should be shooting that shot. It is a mismatch in favor of the defense. 2 quick passes inside. And you'll flip it up and in. Looked like he was going to try and get a big like windmill jam, but instead able to adjust in the air, it seems. Oh, there it is. 3-point specialist number 4 buries it from beyond the arc. They finally are able to get a little breathing room between them and the Colorado players on defense. It's a credit to Colorado and what they've been able to do. There's one. I was waiting for that second quick pass. There's a nice jam inside. (30-30). Number 5, deep 2, and he buries that to retake the lead. 7.5 remaining. Very windy day here in the Pacific Northwest. More cozy inside. How did that not go down? It felt like a weird final bounce, but it is what it is. Syracuse has a player toward the... There were 2 in the corner. Number 5, he'll take a 3. That's blocked. It'll stay Syracuse ball. There were 2. You could see it as the game was fading around. It just felt like they were unaware that there were 2 Syracuse players in the corner. Not a chance. Not a chance. What are you doing? Okay. God, this game is annoying. He was in good position, and it just, for literally no reason, just was like, I'm going to run out of the play. Don't worry about it. 32-32. Nice job by Colorado to get their hand in the way. Setting up screens, trying to work it around. There's a 3 for Syracuse. The hand to the face buries the shot. (35-32). It's a bounce pass inside. There's a 3. Knocks it down. (35-35). 1, 2. Colorado responded nicely. Kick back out. The 3 blocked beyond the arc. He's going to come away with the ball. It's a 5-on-4. Syracuse somehow not called for a travel. It's just a disastrous offensive possession for Syracuse that somehow ends in a 2-point basket. I don't know what's happening. 37-35. Orange with a nice block there. Colorado comes away with a loose ball. What can they do here? They'll give up 2. So a couple of times that both of those possessions had 1 block that was recovered by the offensive team. They still come away with a couple of points. 37-37 now. Hook shot is up and good. See if these offenses can make some adjustments. It kind of seems like Syracuse has. Like they haven't really been working with the 2 quick passes inside. That one is effective. Offensive player kind of pulled Syracuse out of the play there. We're going back and forth with points. It's a 2-point lead to a Syracuse tie to a 2-point lead. Or a Syracuse lead to a 2-point, whatever. Doesn't matter. There's a nice jam inside. Syracuse reestablishes their 2-point lead. They almost had that weird interception again. We've seen it a couple of times off the inbound where they're not really trying to throw it. Like, the defender is not trying to intercept it. They just happen to be in the lane where the player is... They just intercept. And the game just goes, oh, you have the ball now. 2 quick passes. And that'll be a foul. 3rd personal for number 33. Syracuse gets the first to drop. 3-point lead. Second free throw's no good. Colorado's going to take a timeout, make a substitution. 42-39. Q's on top. Bounce pass in. Oh, kicked it to the corner. That's blocked. Can't come up with a loose ball. 12 blocks for Syracuse, 9 for Colorado. 3-point game here. They're going with that inside pass, trying to back him down in the paint. Kicks back outside. Number 21 resets at the top of the key. So what they want to do here. 1 to the center. Into the corner for number 5. He's going to have to go here. It's going to lead to a block. He's going to have to go here. It's a shot clock violation. One of the rarer things that we see, just because, mainly because the game kicks the teams into like shot mode with 3 seconds to go, kind of regardless. But also because there's 35 seconds. Like, you're using half a minute in a possession. Like, you should be able to find something. But good Syracuse defense prevents Colorado from getting an easy look. They work the ball around and got blocked once, got blocked twice. The 3 is left a little bit short. Offensive rebound is blocked, and Syracuse finally comes away with it after multiple Colorado shots. The shot is up and good, 47-39. An 8-point Syracuse lead with 3 minutes to go. Seems like they've finally kind of broken through this Colorado defense a little bit. They haven't been giving up nearly as many blocks as they were. Colorado with a nice response on the offensive side. And flipped it up and good. There's been, it appears, some form of adjustment, or maybe Colorado's getting too aggressive. 8-point lead for the Orange. A champion pick on the line here in day number 4 of March Mascot Madness. The only final 4 picks today were Kentucky and Syracuse. That's going to be Syracuse ball. If Colorado hadn't come in to block that shot, because of where Syracuse had ended up with the ball, it was behind the backboard. It would have been out of bounds, Colorado basketball. Instead, it ends in a block. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Colorado. Syracuse comes up with points, and it's a double-digit lead. That's a big play. Won't show up on the stat sheet, but it is a big play. Oh, how did he miss that? How did center number 51, who's been stuffing the basketball back into Colorado's face all day long, miss that shot or block? Float pass outside. That's back in. Syracuse with a lot of air under some of those passes. Oh, that's where it gets scary. Colorado gets a hand on it. Syracuse getting a little pass happy. They have worked a lot of this clock down, though. There's a 3 for Syracuse. No good. No timeout from Colorado. They don't really need to take one, but at the same time, like, do they have who they want on the floor? Oh, Syracuse. Oh, they'll pull it back. Okay. Colorado should probably start, or is probably going to start fouling here at the 1 minute mark. Yes. Okay. The point differential kind of dictates where they start fouling. 10 points, they start usually they start fouling at a minute. Now, Syracuse has been bad from the free throw line. That's a steal on the inbound. That's what you're looking for. I haven't even talked about that aspect of the game. When you get those fouls and they just have to inbound the ball, that's what you want. You want to take away immediately as they fire it way down the floor. And then you want misses on the front end of the 1-and-1s. They won't give it to him now. Now, one of the weird things about this game that kind of goes like a little under talked about by me, the teams have struggled with the free throw shooting up into this point. For whatever reason, the game typically kicks into like clutch mode or something, and then all of a sudden, teams are not missing free throws at all that have been sucking farts from the line all day. It's really bizarre. And a little anticlimactic if we're being honest, but at the same time, when the team you want to win is up, kind of helpful. There's a nice block on the inside. Syracuse pushed that lead back out to 10. Colorado had a brief glimmer of hope. That glimmer is all but gone. There is less than a second difference between the shot and the game clock. It might be like, yeah, it's like half a second maybe. So this will do it. Syracuse is going to, well, that was unnecessary. I put my hands up in celebration. And Syracuse throws an interception. 5.1 to go. Now Syracuse, Colorado picks up a 3 to help the spread. That'll do it. I've been doing it on my phone because it wasn't working on my computer. Here we go. Shalom, we're back. Syracuse and Colorado. The Syracuse Orange, 53. The Colorado Buffaloes, 46. To verify that Syracuse is the winner, we will submit the scores. Saving. And Syracuse advances. They will play Arkansas in the round of 32. Syracuse a Final Four pick and a champion pick. Okay, we have 2 games left after this, or after that game. Let's get it set up real quick, and then I'm going to quick pause for a BRB, and then we'll do these last couple of games. We have our last 0-3 team. They will be playing the Arizona Wildcats. Oops, where am I going? Arizona Wildcats, there we go. And it's the Miami Hurricanes. Hurricanes are 0-3. The Wildcats, I believe, 6-3 is what the record is. And we will watch this game here in just a minute. Let me end that poll. Let's get the poll up real quick. You can let me know who you think is going to win. Who wins? Who wins? Miami, Arizona. Let me know there. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe on YouTube, follow along on Twitch, all that good stuff. We'll BRB and see you in just a moment. Thanks for hanging out. And just like that, we're back with more March Mascot Madness here on youtube.com/Seannosaurus Rex. Arizona and Miami is next. Let's jump in. Poll is set. I don't like this matchup for Miami, considering that Arizona is the number 4 ranked team in the game. But we'll see what happens. Get a thumbnail going here. Flop that over. I need that. We are almost done with the round of 30, or the round of 64, everybody. Isn't that exciting? Miami and Arizona are tipping it off here. A block inside. Ooh, we have animals with hats. The Hurricanes in the sailor hat and the Arizona Wild. What is happening? Neither offense wants the ball. That's a beautiful slam home for the U. It's 2-0 Miami. Miami? Miami? Oh, there they are. They're running it. Miami was there. They had the right defensive rotation, but he just didn't see the ball or want to block it. I'm not really sure what was going on there, but it felt like they had the correct little dip in there. Oh, there's something about the beaks of the Hurricanes that look a little weird from straight on. Another block for Arizona, 1997 national champions. I guess I need to remind you of that. That is a foul on the way to the hoop. Miami will go to shoot 2 and leaves that one off the iron. And leaves the second one short. Okay, good start from the free throw line, which was kind of an issue in the last game as well. So Arizona gets bailed out. They commit the foul, but no points are scored. There's a 3 for Arizona, and that one's left short. Miami comes up with a rebound. We're going the other way. Next game up is South Carolina and Utah State, the final game of our round of 64. Thanks for hanging out and watching as I just flipped up and in. And Arizona gets the lead 4-2. I think we've been in a good position. We only have, I think, one Final Four pick that's lost, which is nice. But I am going to double check because usually somebody picks Arizona. Well, they must have gone record this time. Yeah, they must have gone. They went with Kentucky in this one. That was the person I was thinking it would be. We do have 5 different champion picks: Syracuse, Alabama, UCLA, Gonzaga, and Louisville. So that's exciting. 5 different teams in play for the title. And so far, I keep mentioning it, but so far the design of ranking everybody by wins and losses seems to be helping out with the bracket challenge, so that's a positive. Arizona 7, Miami 6 after Miami jams at home. 7:20 to go here in the first. We're gonna flip it. And we lift it up and over. Arizona 9, Miami 6. 7:05 to go here in the first. Miami looking a little better than I thought an 0-3 team would look against the number 4 ranked team in the country. They're able to find some space on the inside. 9-8 now. I think if we were to rank the 0-3 teams, I think we have our top 3 for sure. We have Minnesota. It kind of has to be number 1 just because they were able to win. So technically not an 0-3 team. We'd have to give some love to Weber State. And I think that Dayton really showed a lot. I think it also would de-rank Arkansas quite a bit if we're... Arkansas might be one of the teams that gets the biggest boost from a previous finish. There's a miss. Miami's going the other way, looking for the lead here on this possession. Nearly 4 minutes gone. Trying to find, there's the pass inside, and there's a flying jam home for the Hurricanes. Twelve 11. Miami out in front. We know that Miami's 0-3, so that means that they've never won a game. Easy. They're 0-1 in every tournament. Arizona's the question mark. They 2-1 the first time, 3-1 the second time, 1-1 the third time. They got to the Elite Eight, the second tournament we used, NCAA March Madness 2005, which is where all these records come from. That is an alley-oop, a beautiful alley-oop from Arizona. We don't see a ton of alley-oops. Usually you see the more of the alley layups. But that's a nice jam home for the lead. 5.5 to go. Bounce pass here, passes inside. Miami does a nice job getting in the way. And that's up over the Miami defender. Arizona extends the lead to 3, 15 to 12. Kick into the corner. There's a corner three that's no good. Arizona comes away with the rebound. They want to push the pace. But Miami's in the way just enough to make sure that doesn't happen. 2 quick passes inside. Fights through a little bit of a defender there. No foul called, but the shot is also not made. So good defense for the Hurricanes. Keeps us a 1-possession game. And there's a nice little mid-range too. Miami doing kind of what you want to see from teams is just keep it close. Teams like Washington State getting absolutely run out of the gym. They would probably be the lowest ranked 0-3 team, now 0-4 in this game. And they've never won a tournament game, like, at all ever. So it's not... If the Washington State Cougars are playing in the March Mascot Madness tournament, don't ever pick them. They've never won. 17-16. There's a bounce pass inside. Flipped up and good. It's weird. Weird when you see them like do the little side steps up the baseline. Like, where are you going? You're not going anywhere. That left a little bit shorter off that left iron. Oh no, a 3 and he made it! Miami with a horrible foul. Out beyond the arc, and they made the shot, the 4-point play for Arizona, 23-16. Maybe that's a bit of a turning point here for this Arizona Wildcats team, as they immediately get a hand on it defensively and create a turnover. A steal, as some call it. I'm a little surprised they didn't hit it to that cat in the corner. That's a nice block. Miami's going to have to just play some good defense. They don't have to have it all at once. You can't get it all at once. There's no 7-point shot, right? The Ruffles 4-pointer doesn't exist in this game, though it would be fun if it did. (23-18). Miami with a nice job to respond there. Give up the points on the other end. Oh, there it goes. Okay. That's a tough foul call. That's a really tough foul. I think it's probably because he moved. He had his arms up, but he moved. He shuffled a little bit. Maybe that's why they called the foul. But Miami was in good position. You could see what Arizona wanted to do. It's a very popular or frequently run play in this game. They wanted to get it inside quickly. Oh, Arizona over pursued a little bit. There's a Wildcat on the back end, but for whatever reason, that seems to be the line where the defenders don't try to position themselves in front. They just kind of pull away. It's really odd. There's a big three for Arizona. They're too strong. The putback is no good. Actually fouled on the putback. Offensive rebound is the word I was looking for. Arizona knocks it down. And he'll go 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 27-20. Two quick passes inside the foul. Will send Miami to the line for 2. They get the first free throw. And the second free throw. 27-22 now. 4-point play is kind of the difference in this game. Them getting that extra point off of the three-pointer and the foul. Everybody on the other side of the floor as he was working one-on-one. Now they go to the crowded area. They try to drive it inside. Fights through a little contact, misses the basket. No foul called on Miami that time. They keep getting fouls called on the defensive end. And that's a dangerous pass, but they're able to get it there. Miami is working this around the perimeter a lot. And that's stolen away. 27-22. They get the foul called again. Team foul number 4. As the shot is up and good. That basket is, or that shot up and good. 29-22. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Miami with an average first half so far. Arizona's first half on the better side of things with nearly 30 points. Little mid-range is up and good to cut the lead to 5. Miami, the positive for them, they're playing well enough to keep Arizona within reach while also showing why they're an 0-3 team. They're getting some tough calls on the defensive side. And then that time they just kind of let it happen. Defender was nowhere near that play. 30 seconds to go. The shot clock is off. It's a 7-point game. 31-24. I have a football score. That's just absolutely rejected. Tries to back him down. It's a little mid-range. 31-26. Oh, no way. A foul beyond the arc for 3 free throws with the time winding down. He does miss the first one. Gets the second. And gets the third to drop. 33-26. How aggressive does Miami want to be? They're throwing it way up the floor. He'll take the shot as the half expires, and that will do it. Arizona leads this one 33-26 and gets the ball to start the second half. Miami is the last team that is winless to play. So far, those teams are 1-10, nearly 2-9, but Dayton could not get past Arkansas. Leaves it up and good. 34-26. Got a foul call immediately out of the break. That is not good. (34-29). It's a nice bounce back for Miami. Good start to the half. Cut that lead. Cut into the lead a little bit. They've been kind of trading 2s for 2s, working A 7-point lead to a 5-point lead, back to a 7. There's a 3 for Arizona. They'll splash it right back in their face. The lead's out to 8. Game's been... Ooh, that's a 2. It's a nice shot. Arizona is 12 of 19, and they have a lead by 6. The free throws have been a large difference in this game. The free throws might actually be the difference in the game, as they knock that one down. Lead out to 9 now. Wildcats starting to get hot from beyond the arc. 40-31. Tried to find a shot fading to his left like he's a temple owl or something. The fadiest team in the world. 2 quick passes inside for Arizona. Miami does a nice job to get in position defensively and does a doubly nice job at not picking up a foul. Working it around the outside. Oh, there they go. Quick pass inside. Gets the defense. You can see everybody was pulled to the front. And they kind of just snuck him in the back door there. It's an easy layup. Arizona taking control here in these first couple minutes. Usually what you would talk about is the fact that Arizona needs to survive Miami's best couple of minutes here. Right now it feels like Miami needs to survive Arizona's onslaught of points. That's a defensive foul. That would have been a brutal call if it was an offensive foul for Miami. It doesn't matter. The inbound pass is stolen. The Hurricanes find themselves down 13. So I guess better luck next year, Miami. We don't want to write them off. There's a nice dunk. How do you get a rally started? Dunk it hard. (44-33). Can't let him have that for free. Wide open and missed. And fights through some traffic. Flipped up, no good. Make that shot. I don't think he did. Left it off the front rim. It's a bad time to just have like a random thought. 44-35. Bounce pass in, off the rim, no good. Pushing the ball forward, up the floor. I was just going to say, Miami's got to take advantage of this. They've had so few opportunities. The spin and the rejection. (46-35). Yeah, Miami just... I don't know that they're going to have enough defensive consistency to come up with enough string, get a string of good defensive possessions in a row and capitalize on the offensive side. They're only down 8, so you don't need them all at once, but you do need to cut into the lead. And the game is so brutal, especially when it feels like the defense plays it correctly. Still feels like it gives the offense the advantage. Lead was 8. It's pushed to 11. 6:14 to go here in the second half. And there's a 3 for Miami. It's no good. Defense comes up with a rebound. no good. And the free throw is good. So, another foul beyond the arc. Ugh. Arizona comes away with 3 points from the free throw line. My goodness. Two quick passes inside, and the jam home is good. 52-40. Oh, there's a three for Arizona. Buries it. Wildcats really starting to run away with this one. And there's a three. That's splashed home. Miami at least showing a little fight here. .12 game. There's still time for the Hurricanes to do something. Oh, but they can't give up offensive rebounds like that. That is a horrible. Ugh. Okay, center number 2 does have 6 blocks on the day. Bounce pass inside. Knocks it down. 55-45. Works it around the outside. Catch and shoot. Oh, okay. A couple of missed threes for Arizona. Can't start feeling yourself too much now, Wildcats. Up by 10. That's a 2. I don't love the shot for Miami. That, I think like a mid-range 2, it looks good, but like maybe at that point just take the 3. Or try to work it around and find a better shot. That's a nice block inside. Loose ball goes to Arizona. The 3 is knocked down again with the hand to the face. That is just a brutal break for the Hurricanes. They did a good job. They came, well, I don't know if it said they did a good job or maybe they got a little lucky. Either way, they had multiple empty possessions on the defensive side that they were able to force Arizona into, but then they couldn't come up with points on their own end of the floor. So, oh my goodness. Oh, it looked better from the other angle, but that should just about do it. I know there's 3:19 left, but a 15-point deficit with the way this offense is playing. Not wildly confident in it. The interesting thing is Arizona has a shot to contest Alabama for the most points that we've seen scored in a game here in the first round. 71 is the record for this tournament. I'm not exactly sure what the overall record is. They come up with the offensive rebound, and the putback is good. 62-47. So it's looking like the 0-3 teams will go a grand total of 1-11 this year. We'll see how the 0-4 teams do next year. I guess I don't know, do we see anybody? I think Tennessee is kind of the one team that I'm curious about. There's a couple of weird record teams. I think Arkansas is kind of a weird one as well, where, you know, hey, they only won one game in their first 2 tournaments, and then all of a sudden they were able to turn that into a 6-0 or 5-1 record to finish second. Kentucky's another one that's interesting as well. They're 7-2. They were 1-2, I believe, in their first 2 tournaments before a first place finish. Who is that team this year that kind of messes with the structure, you know? Hook shot is up, leaves it a little short. And fires it forward. Under 2 to go, and they just let him right they let him right on through. 19 points for shooting guard number 20. Does have an assist. 64-47, depending on how aggressive the Wildcats want to be over the next couple of possessions. That 71 for Alabama might be enough to hold the record for right now. They missed the free throw, didn't they? They missed both of them? Yep. And the three on the other end's no good. The tip end's no good. The Hurricanes brutal from the charity stripe. Arizona does a nice job contesting, and I think you want to be kind of careful. You don't need to. You can let them have points. They're down by 15. It's not that big of a deal. It's off of Miami's hands, and it is out of bounds. Picked up, and we're going the other way with the Hurricanes. I don't know why Arizona didn't just go, you can have it. 31.9 seconds to go, 64-51. Miami working with the defensive set that we really haven't seen throughout much of this game, but they're down by 13 points with no time left. You figure they would implement that at a different point in the game. And that will do it. Back to the cellular device. We will go. Bracket. Forgot that I moved it out of the way. We will scroll down. Arizona picks up the win, unsurprisingly. 64-51. Verify the winner is Arizona. Submit the score, and they are on to the next round. They will face the winner of South Carolina, Utah State, our 8th and final game of the day. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. Appreciate it. We'll get a new poll up here in a minute. Let's hit a game mode. Let's hit a mascot game. And we want South Carolina at home. There they are. And we want Utah State on the road. There we are. Gamecocks and Aggies from South Carolina. Here's our 8th and final game. Start a poll. Who wins? Utah State. South Carolina. Very weird to see them called USC. And I will adjust a thumbnail here. Our final game of the day. Out of bounds, Utah State will retain possession. The Aggies, red versus blue here, and they will get the ball away from the offensive player, but dive out of bounds. 6. Part 6, day 4, matchup number 8. No basket for Utah State. Oost. Trying to back down this Utah State defender. As the shot is up off the... What's it called? Backboard. That's the word. Can't be falling apart already. South Carolina 3-3. They went 0-1 the first time. 2-1 the second. 1-1 the third time. Utah State, or that was South Carolina. Utah State, after missing that basket, We have a 0-0 game through the first minute. That's exciting. Good for us. Utah State 1-3. They won the very first game they ever participated in, and they have lost everything since. There's a nice find inside. And that's going to be blocked. Sent back. Stolen. Dived out of bounds. Divin out of bounds. It's a disastrous start here for both these teams, and for some reason South Carolina's outfits look very odd. Oh, it's the lighting on the feathers on the top, like a top layer. That's a foul. And we will go to the line to shoot 2. Utah State looking to put some points on the board. They would be the first of the day for either team. It is good. It is left a little short. The tip in rattles around. They've missed 5 consecutive shots, but they finally get number 6 off the offensive rebound, and Utah State Oost leads 3-0. There's a 3 for, hey, South Carolina. They respond right back. This was the thing that we saw in one of the earlier games, like the Tennessee game maybe, where the teams weren't really doing anything. They had a good start for both sides, and then they, all of a sudden, they started matching points. Like, what? Who are these teams? They get points, they don't get points, and then they get a bunch of points. That is Utah State ball as it's off a game clock. Stolen away by USC. Not that USC, the other USC. We don't have West Coast USC as their mascots. None. Number 2 dives for the ball, which means that he's not able to pick it up and work on a fast break. Instead, he has to wait for his team to get there, so it's not a backcourt violation. Nice job coming up with the loose ball. I think you would like to see him get that cleanly off the floor. That's a tough contested shot. It is still 3-3 as we are winding to 3 minutes gone in this first half. Bounce pass inside. Fouled, and the free throw is good. 4-3. South Carolina with their first lead, but they can't come up with a 2-point lead. It's just a 1-point lead. Kind of the rare second free throw miss that's a defensive rebound. Usually the offense is getting the rebound. It's been very weird. That was a horrible shot. That was a horrible miss off the backboard. I don't even think it clipped the rim. Come up with the offensive rebound. 6-3 South Carolina. This is a mess of a first half. Out of bounds. Utah State ball. I don't know how to call that. Oh, got the Carolina defender off his feet, but can't knock the shot down. (8-3) South Carolina starting to put some distance between these two teams. Utah State just doesn't feel like a threat, and neither does South Carolina. Like, Arizona, whoever wins this game, Arizona feels like they're going to rip through. Because both these teams have been bad. It's a weird thing where, is it good defense? Is it bad offense? Probably a little bit of both, realistically. They do get the shot knocked down there and the foul, so they'll go to the line to complete the three-point play. 8-6. The score. Bounce pass inside. Backs him down. Spins. It's off the hand. Nice steal there for Utah State. Got a friendly deflection. A nice job to get a hand in the lane. There's a bounce pass inside. Blocked, and we'll go the other way. Utah State offensively just does not seem like they have it. Defensively, they're going to need to do more of that and just force as many empty possessions for South Carolina as they can and hope that they can figure out something on the offensive end before the lead gets too big. They have done a nice job. It was 8-3. They've cut it to 0. It's 8-8 now. Oh, okay. Not 100% sure what happened there. It looked like there were some Utah State defenders in the area, but then even the replay had Utah State in an inconvenient position where they're half in and out of the camera. Bounce pass? No? Okay. I thought they were going to go bounce pass inside a little sooner. They do end up going bounce pass. Now he's locked up. That's a dangerous pass. I want to kick it to the corner. Defense was late rotating, but they figure it out. 10-8. Drives inside, foul. First personal. Second team foul. South Carolina to the line to shoot 2. And the second shot is up and good. 12-8. Very, very slow start for both these teams. Even if you take, like, basically, I guess doubling it is really beneficial to South Carolina. And I guess doubling it for Utah State now. Because it's about, I mean, it's not quite. It's 40%. So you have to take like 80% of what they had. But 24-20 at the break. Kind of weird. Now's a great opportunity to take a drink for me. We'll be here for 10 seconds. Here's the shot, and it is a foul. Center picks up his second personal. Might see a timeout or just a substitution. Maybe we'll take a timeout. Okay. South Carolina misses both free throws, which means it remains a 2-point game. 12-10. We'll work it up the floor. He worked it around. It was a pretty nice move, but couldn't come up with it. And that is a nice make. 14-10. 3 minutes and change to go here in a sloppy, messy first half. Utah State, good job to make sure to pass out of that, because if he threw that shot up, it was going into the side of the backboard. There's a bounce pass to the lead. To the lead Gamecock, but he can't come up with a finish. Have you ever heard of a cock not finishing? 14-12. Utah State closes the lead to 2. Bounce pass inside, and that is blocked. That is blocked. 2 blocks, 1 possession for the Bulls. Aggies, excuse me. And there it is, 14-14. Nice couple of possessions there. They do get the benefit of the Gamecocks not executing particularly well on offense, but that's what you need. Take advantage of it. We've seen some teams with opportunities. They have not been able to come up with it. You'll see the blocks are 4 and 4. Utah State's had 3 of them in the last 2 possessions alone, and they've been able to tie this game up at 14. 2 minutes to go here in the first half as the shot is up, left a little bit short. South Carolina comes away with it, and I talked about doubling it 2 minutes ago, and that was far too generous. That's a nice block by Utah State. They can't get the loose ball. It'll stay with South Carolina. He couldn't have thrown that more perfectly to that Aggie. Are you kidding me? That was a chest pass. Like, hey, buddy, did you want this? Sorry, I didn't mean to have the ball. You take it. And Utah State takes advantage of it, coming up with a couple of points on there, and 16-14, 6-0 run for Utah State. Then South Carolina loses the ball again. South Carolina is very confused. Here's a nice shot, popped up and in. Utah State now 8-0 run to make it an 18-14 game. 60 seconds to go, first half. Bounce pass inside. The flip is up. Missed it. The second shot is a foul. The bucket is good, or the free throw is good. And the second free throw is good as well. 18-16. Bounce pass inside. Hook shots up and good. So Utah State puts that lead back out to 4, 20-16. Both these teams are going to end up, Utah State specifically is going to end up in kind of like average first half performance total. Though it's mostly been the last 2.5 minutes. Or, yeah, something like that. Right at the midcourt line is not where you want that ball going. Trying to clear stuff out. Almost threw an interception. Utah State leads by 1. Holding on to the ball here. 15 seconds remain in the first half. Sets the screen. Bounce pass to the center into a double team. Somebody's got to be open, available. Put it up with 2 defenders on him. 3, 2, 1. The shot. The shot is blocked. The shot is missed. And it'll be 20-19. Pretty meh. I mean, it's a 10-4 run. It's a backcourt violation. Okay, great. These teams went to halftime and forgot how to play basketball. They had such a bad start to this game. It's an impressive last couple of minutes, especially for Utah State. They were down 14-10. They were able to pick up a lead, and they've been able to hold on to it. We already have 3 total turnovers. We are 30 seconds in to the second half. Ooh, put his shoulder into the... Interesting. Put his shoulder in and was... Oh, my goodness. I can't even finish sentences here. The center's trying to run it out. I thought he was going to run it out of bounds. And that is a 21-20 lead now for South Carolina. First points of the second half come in the form of a 2-pointer from the Gamecocks. There's a nice bounce pass. 25 kind of like drove in looking for contact or looking for a contested shot. Don't think that's really what you want. I can understand in football if you're a running back and you're like, I want to hit somebody. And it's like a poor safety who's like, well, I'm going to get hit now. I'll try to make a tackle. And you get run over. You don't need to be driving in through contact in that distance. If you're looking for a little contact inside with a center, sure, whatever. You're looking for a mid-range 2. All of that is to say we have had 2 total points scored here in the first couple of minutes. This is similar to the first couple of minutes that we saw in the first half. Both teams just kind of loosey-goosey with the ball and not willing to make any points or baskets or anything. Utah State retakes the lead, 22-21. Something weird is going on down below, but we won't worry about that right now. Number 25 picks up his first personal and the first team foul here in half number 2. Winner gets a date with Arizona in a round of 32. And that game will be broadcast Friday, March 20th here on the channel. Tipped and intercepted. Goodness gracious. We're at nearly... I thought he was going to miss that. Then I thought it was going to be a goaltend. I was going to say, we're nearly at 3 minutes gone in this first half, or second half, and just like the first half, it was like a 3-3 game. A grand total of 5 points scored? No, 6. That would be 8. We don't need to worry about it. Utah State takes the lead back immediately. And it's 24-23. They have him. 21, catch, shoot, and miss the 3. Love that he caught it. Love that he popped it. Have the confidence. It'll fall. Bounce pass inside. There's a nice long shot. Nothing doing there. Ooh, spun around and fired it. There's a little fade to the left. 24-23. Can't get anything going there offensively. And the sloppy, weird half continues. I guess sloppy, weird game at this point. Continuing. Thought maybe the first couple minutes of that first half would be an anomaly. No, it's the rule. 3, not even close. Nice tip in. 8 for 21 versus 12 for 32. Yuck. Gross. 20 missed shots. 13 missed shots. 33 missed shots in this game. And that's no good. (26-23). And it's going to be a foul. Second personal, first team foul for South Carolina here in the second half. 26-23 Utah State as that one hits the rim a couple of times, but misses. And he's able to at least knock down the second one, push the lead out to 4, 27-23. 5:10 to go. Number 5. That's a foul. The basket goes. South Carolina scored, 4 points here in the second half? They scored 7, 3 on that last possession, so 4 before that in the first 5 minutes. Now, the Utah State Aggies aren't exactly like out of the woods of criticism because they haven't scored a ton either. And they miss another free throw. Both free throws up and good. 28-26. 4:40 to go. As the crowd cheers for South Carolina. Working it into the corner. Float pass into the paint. Gets the shot up and good. 28-28. I mean, you at least like a tie game with 4 and change to go. There's a nice left-handed slam. Wow. Beautiful. 30-28. Works it around the outside. Number 31, 3. Left it a little too long. Utah State comes up with the rebound. And he'll drive it into some traffic. He is just barreling his way through. Nobody really gave him a whole lot of space. He never seemed to want to get rid of the ball. He liked the aggression, but it also kind of bit him in the behind a little bit. Offensive foul. I just never know. This game's a mess with that call. Utah State takes advantage of the offensive foul, which is unfortunate because the Gamecocks did a good job to come away with steal there, go the other way, give up the ball immediately on kind of a funky call. Working around the other way as well. That's going to be blocked. That's flipped up and good. So 32-30. Still a tight one here with under 3 to go. Final game around to 64. The center is the three-point specialist, and that's just pushed right back into his face. We have gone 31 games, and there has not been an overtime yet. Into the corner, number 23 is going to get fouled. Second personal, fourth team foul on South Carolina. First free throw is good. See if he can dial it in. Get some points. Second free throw is good as well. And that rattles home, 35-30. Bounce pass inside, spins, and it's intercepted. 10 steals for Utah State to just 6 for South Carolina. Utah State, opportunity to really put South Carolina in a bind here. 5 points, 2 possessions is doable. Oh, he did stay on his feet. If he stays up and just picks it up off the floor, I think you like the chances to get too easy on the other end. It's exactly what they need. South Carolina has to make this count, though. There's a shot. Ooh, nice job. Up and over. Just kind of looked like he had it, and then just go. There's a nice block on the outside. South Carolina takes a timeout. You can't take a timeout in that scenario. That's a horrible decision. Oh my goodness. It's not as bad as I thought. That's on me. It's a little dramatic. I think I like the concept more in initial theory. It wasn't as clear a shot as I thought it was going to be. South Carolina does get blocked, which is not good. That's blocked. And they'll take a timeout. I think that's fine. That timeout makes a little more sense because it at least prevents the player from running out of bounds and losing the possession. 3 points with under 3-point deficit with under a minute to go. There we go. There's the words. 35-32. Stolen away again. They still don't need to foul, though if they are going to foul, they need to do it soon. They will probably do it at about... They're trying so hard to get that double team steal animation. Yeah. 25 seconds. That was brutal. Now they only have one more opportunity with the inbound pass to steal it away. South Carolina and East Tennessee State are in kind of the same boat right now, where they had the possessions that they needed defensively. They put Utah State, they gave them empty possessions, and they could not take advantage of that on the other end of the field. Working it around the outside. 37-32. Gamecocks with a 3. It's not over yet. There's still opportunities. I mean, South Carolina can still foul. And Utah State can still miss those free throws. They have a couple more opportunities here. They'll have this one and one more. That's not good. The problem is that South Carolina has to trade 3s for 2s. Oh, they can't get the offensive rebound. They got exactly what they needed. I mean, not exactly what they needed, but second best option. Oh, a missed free throw to an offensive rebound has been the story. And they did it twice. They did it twice. That is brutal. They had to come up with that steal, or that rebound on the missed free throw. They had to do it, and they just couldn't do it. It's going to look nice in the score column, but they will fall. They'll foul. What it is, it's the double bonus now, so it's 2 free throws automatically. The first free throw is up and good. And the second free throw is good. 43-38. South Carolina with another timeout. We'll get the score prepped. South Carolina. Oh, excuse me, Utah State. I apologize. Utah State upset South Carolina 43-38. Nope. 38. Nope. 3. Okay. 43, bam. 38, how. Utah State is the winner. They will move on to face Arizona in the round of 32. And that does it. So long as it saves correctly. Uh-oh. Okay. We're good? We're good. Utah State. And that is it. That's the round of 64 complete. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Let's get you caught up on the predictions. This is where things seem to struggle on the PC as well, so I'm glad that it's followed its way over here. Actually, here, let's reload it. Maybe that's what it needed. Okay. I think it just needed a reload. All right. In first, Spring is in the air with 24 points. So what that means is that you went 75% in your first round picks. That means that this design is actually working, because it means that we are seeing the picks be a little more consistent in who is winning versus who is losing. So that is a nice thing to see, because there too often are it's like you have 10, you win 10 and 22 and your bracket's kind of busted, but we want brackets in as long as possible. And it seems like this is working. So that's good news. Spring is in the air in first place. They have a score of 24 with a 174 score potential. In second place is Murph Dog. They also have 24 points, but a score potential of just 168. Let's Go is in third with 22 and a score potential of 174. I am in fourth with 22, a score potential of 166. In the Beeb, unfortunately in last, 17 points and a score potential of 137. We will be back next Sunday with more March Mascot Madness 6 right here on youtube.com/SeannosaurusRex and twitch.tv/SeannosaurusRex. Friday is MLB The Show 26 release day, so I won't be streaming this, but we'll be back a week from today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will catch you next week here on the channel. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you later. Baseball tonight at 6 p.m. 2 Game 5s we'll be doing, Twitch and on YouTube. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Oh, that's the BRB screen.